afternoon. Welcome into James A. Rhodes Arena here on the campus of the University of Akron, the site for this afternoon's Boys Division I Regional Final. This is the WEOL Cage matchup as the Elyria Pioneers get set to take on the Eagles of St. Edward with a trip to the state Final Four on the line. Again, good afternoon. I'm Rocco Nucci. He's Jared Kozar. And before we really get rolling here this afternoon, want to remind you that this afternoon's broadcast is brought to you by our lovely sponsors. They are Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, LMRE, that's the Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco, The Duck, Mallard Creek Golf Club, Alan V. Januzzi CPA, Smitty's Place just celebrated, 30 years, Jared, at the new location, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 20 or 30?
20 years? At the new location.
20 years at the new location. So shout out to Steph Forthover and all the folks over at Smitty's. JC Insurance Agency, we appreciate them hopping on board. They have been serving the Elyria community since 1964. And a big shout out as well to Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria. And, of course, your complete tree care company, that would be Eco Tree Services. Well, Jared, always fun when Elyria can make a nice little run here in the postseason. We know just how hard it is sometimes to do that when you're taking on high-caliber Division I opponents. But head coach Brett Larrick's got a pretty high-caliber basketball team in his own right, and they've looked good so far this tournament season. Knocked off Caton McKinley on Saturday. That was a bit of a stunner, I think, for a lot of people involved, and then took care of Brunswick here at the Jar earlier this week. They're playing well.
Certainly, I saw these Pioneers last Saturday evening against McKinley in what was probably the best tournament game I've seen throughout our entire run right now. They came away 50-46 winners against a tall order, literally and figuratively, in McKinley. And, just another notch in the belt on the way to this regional final here today. Quite frankly, the Pioneers have not been this far in quite some time. Last time I remember them getting, not to this stage, they got knocked off in the regional semi over by Toledo St. John. That would have been in 2017, I believe. And, just a heartbreak of a season because in many effects that game should still be going on right now due to the way that one ended with a controversial foul call that would have finished that game with free throws at the line for Elyria. Very difficult for a guy like Brett Larrick and company to get over one like that, but here they are a few years later, ready and poised for success.
Yeah, you gave me, I think, a bit of a rundown on that. This is their first regional final appearance since 1977. It was Tim Gebhardt who gave me that nice nugget earlier this week. They ended up losing in the state semis to Barberton. Again, that was nearly 50 years ago. So Brett Larrick and his Pioneers looking to get back there when it's all said and done here this afternoon. St. Ed's pretty darn good in their own right. They come into this one 21-4. Of course, they're an independent, so they don't have that conference schedule. Elyria, they went 19-6, 10-4 in the SWC. That was good for a third-place finish in the conference. Well, I see the radio voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers and a longtime voice here on WEOL. Tim Alcorn is in the house. He stands just behind us talking to Gebby, Tim Gebhardt, and I think we'll try to saddle him up for a quick pregame interview if we can. So let's step aside, take our first timeout. When we come back, we'll see if we can corral Tim on in here. A much easier said than done task at times as he enjoys some nice banter with Gebby behind us, but we'll see what we can do. Again, more of the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show coming your way next. It's Elyria and Eds right here on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking for the best Friday fish fry around? Every Friday of the year, and especially during Lent, stop by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco for lunch or dinner. Enjoy delicious perch, cod, catfish, pierogies, and cabbage and noodles made fresh and ready to go. Planning a party? Convenient has you covered with deli trays, party trays, and a full-service meat department with expert butchers on hand to help with any purchase. Visit Convenient at Center Ridge and Barton Roads in North Ridgeville. Open 7 days a week, and good luck to all of our area teams in the tournaments. Lorain Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information. For 40 years, Lisa Bliss has been proudly serving the community through JC Insurance, helping families protect what matters most. As an independent agency, they work with several different insurance companies to find the right coverage for you. Whether it's home, auto, or both, they've got you covered. Lisa and everyone at JC Insurance wish the Elyria Pioneers the best of luck in today's game. Call 440-322-7900. Visit them on West Avenue in downtown Elyria or find them online at jcinsuranceagency.com.
It's Truck Month at Elyria Ford, and the deals are built Ford tough. Get huge factory rebates and even bigger discounts on every truck in stock. At Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us.
All right, back on the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show. Rakanushi, Jared Kozar here with you guys, and Tim Alcorn has stepped into a familiar spot here in the WEOL booth as he gets set to take in what should be an exciting matchup here this afternoon. Tim, as always, we appreciate you stopping by. You were, just in Dallas the other night, if I'm not mistaken?
Earlier this morning.
Yeah. All right. So,
no, we Cavaliers landed at about 2 o'clock, but listen, there was no way that I was not going to be here this afternoon. What an incredibly special moment for Brett Larrick and the Elyria staff, the players, the community. To get to the Elite Eight is a monumental accomplishment. And so when I saw that it was Saturday afternoon at 1, I said, well, I can get a few hours sleep and then buzz on down to Akron and take this one in because I'm so excited for the Pioneer community.
Well, it is monumental. Gebby was telling me earlier this week, and I saw you having a nice chat with Tim Gebhardt right before you joined us here. 1977, the last time this Elyria boys basketball program made it through to this stage. They lost to Barberton later on in the state semis that year. But you had a really nice post about Brett Larrick, the friendship that you and him had sort of cultured and developed in your time with WEOL. So I'm sure this is really cool for you to see them here on this stage. And, I mean, Lord knows how many times they've probably gotten oh so close with you behind the mic on the call. You know, heartbreak after heartbreak eventually for them in the postseason. So they're hoping to avoid that here this afternoon, certainly.
Yeah, I called Brett Larrick when he was a sharpshooter, wearing the red uniform for the Elyria High Pioneers, one of the best shooting guards that I've ever seen or called during my time at WEOL. And then, yes, was not with him obviously on the bench, but as Brett made his way up the coaching ladder, he was an assistant coach. He was with Mike Walsh when Mike had the girls basketball program at Elyria. And then, of course, Brett was the assistant coach for Bob Walsh when Bob was the boys' head coach at Elyria High before being elevated to the head coaching role. And Brett has done just a fantastic job, as you said. He's made the trip to the regional before, but never quite gotten to this level. One game away from the Final Four. So he's a tremendous man, great coach, obviously, but even a better person. And so I'm just thrilled for him and hoping that he can make that trip to the Final Four, the one thing that's eluded him.
What about a Brett Larrick basketball team has made them just so consistently good over the years in his long tenure as the head coach?
They play so hard. Brett Larrick's teams play hard, and I think he learned that. Number one, he was that way as a player. But number two, as I mentioned, when you're a part of the Bob Walsh coaching tree, as we used to talk about, you play hard or you don't play. I mean, that was the rule. And Bob would say, if you're not playing hard, you're going to sit next to me. You're going to sit on this bench. And so I think Brett took that to heart, and his kids, no matter what the score, no matter what the circumstance, you'll never say at the end of a ball game, Elyria didn't play hard. They're going to play hard. You let the chips fall where they may. But that is one indicator of a Brett Larrick team. They're going to get after you.
Well, and so many times, and we talked about it in our pregame interview that we're going to get to in here in a couple of minutes, it's been St. Ed's and St. Ignatius so many times standing in front of their way in what would have been a hopeful trip to that state Final Four, and that's the task again today for his ball club, right, to take on the Eagles of St. Edward. How do you try to balance that, Tim, in your mind as a player and a coaching staff, the nerves that kind of go into that, thinking, man, they've gotten us so many times over and over. How can they finally get over that hump here today?
You're not playing the St. Ed's of Jawad Williams. You're not playing the St. Ed's, going all the way back of Steve Logan and the great teams that they've had. You're playing the 2026 version of St. Ed's. And in the end, Elyria, and I'm not a coach, I'm not one to give Brett advice. He's going to talk to his team. But you got to play your game. You can't worry about who's on the other side of the floor and what the history is. You have to play your game. Do what got you here. And then, as I said, and I'm sure he will say, let the chips fall where they may. I mean, this is an Elite Eight game. That's a doggone good basketball team in St. Ed's, but it's not the teams that they faced in the past. It's today's team. And just worry about what we need to do to accomplish our goal.
Well said. Tim, last one here for you, but before we let you go and enjoy this one, what would a win here today for Elyria mean for the city, the community, and really Lorain County as a whole in your mind?
You know, I was telling Jared before I joined you, Rocco, and he remembered it well. The last time I was in this arena was when John Rossitano took on a St. Ed's team and beat that team, and Lorain ended up going to the Final Four. And what that did for the city of Lorain, just the spirit of the community, it's incredible. And any team that has been to the Final Four in any sport, Avon in football, Avon Lake in football, Lorain, as I mentioned, in basketball, it lifts the entire community. You walk around with your chest swelled a little bit and your head held high. And, boy, if Elyria can get this done today, what it will mean for the Elyria community is just incredible.
All right, well, we know you'll be rooting on Brett Larrick and his Pioneers certainly full force this afternoon, Tim. So, hey, really appreciate you stopping by. I know you're running on fumes, but really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
I'm revved up, ready to go. Come on, Rocco.
There you go. Radio voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tim Alcorn, and longtime voice here on WEOL. Tim Alcorn, appreciate his time pregame. Brett Larrick, our conversation with him coming your way next. It's the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show. Elyria and Eds today here on WEOL.
Looking for the best Friday fish fry around? Every Friday of the year, and especially during Lent, stop by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco for lunch or dinner. Enjoy delicious perch, cod, catfish, pierogies, and cabbage and noodles made fresh and ready to go. Planning a party? Convenient has you covered with deli trays, party trays, and a full-service meat department with expert butchers on hand to help with any purchase. Visit Convenient at Center Ridge and Barton Roads in North Ridgeville. Open 7 days a week. And good luck to all of our area teams in the tournaments. The perfect spot for before, during, and after the game is Smitty's Place in Elyria. Smitty's has a brand new menu and is open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. During Lent, stop in every Friday for perch, chowder, butterfly shrimp, lobster bisque, and hush puppies. It's the perfect way to wrap up your week and fuel up for the weekend. Be sure to follow Smitty's on Facebook to see what's new with their latest specials and events. Smitty's Place in Elyria. We'll see you there. Now is the time to start planning your 2026 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club, Northeast Ohio's golf outing host extraordinaire. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, a fully stocked pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups large or small. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events each season. Dates book up fast, so call Brian Schaefer at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2026 outing today. Back on the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show as we get set for this afternoon's regional final. It'll be the Elyria Pioneers taking on the Eagles of St. Edward. And we're joined by the head coach of the Pioneers, a longtime head coach, Brett Larrick. Coach, it's awesome to be able to talk to you here at the regional final level. You came up postgame after the win over Brunswick. First regional final for you guys since 1977. And I didn't ask you this postgame, shame on me, but, you know, just hearing that, right, being an Elyria guy yourself, getting this team back to, you know, where many probably feel that they should be at some point, right? And you finally break through, get to the regional final. What does that mean for you, your staff, your guys, and just that whole community?
Oh, it's special. You know, in every step of the way right now, we've told our guys, create these moments, create the special moments you're going to remember for the rest of your lives with this group. But it's definitely special, especially being from Elyria and knowing the history. And then you see the dates and, you know, you see our banners in the gym, and now you know your year is going to be up there with that history. And that's what we've told our guys. But we've also told them to have fun, enjoy it. Like every step of the way, we got to enjoy it. We actually talked about it yesterday. Like it is awesome being this far. It is awesome putting in all the work. It's awesome the hours we put in. But at the same time, we've told our guys and ourselves, man, we got to enjoy it because this doesn't happen often. And when it does, you got to make sure we take advantage of it.
How tough is it to balance that, Coach? Because you even mentioned it after the Brunswick win where, I'd asked you, hey, any early thoughts on St. Ed's or Cleveland Heights? And you said, no, I'm going to enjoy this for the next 90 minutes before I even think about that. So what is the challenge? And like you said, trying to find some enjoyment, but also realizing, hey, you got a big game to prep for.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance. And the work is the fun part right now. You're in March and, we got the TV in the locker room going, watching conference games, and we've got 2 computers doing our film and doing our scout. Coach Gunder's got one computer, I'm on one computer. And to us, and as a basketball junkie and coach, that's the fun part. And then when you get your guys and you get them prepped and, you make sure they enjoy the whole process, enjoy the experience, enjoy the work, enjoy playing in that atmosphere. And we told our guys, when you go out there, look at that sea of red and understand how many people you're playing for and what you represent and how proud all those people are.
Yeah, there's no better time of year than right now. I don't need to tell you that, though. That's something for dang sure. Looking at some of the X's and O's of this tournament for you guys, defensively, you guys have been stellar. You talked about that after the Brunswick win. What's made you guys so tough to beat on the defensive side of the floor?
It's a combination of everything. Our effort has been really good. Our attention to detail with our plans, our prep work, our scout that we do, Coach Gundert has scouters put together, and our guys have really paid attention to it. We've got players that are texting us now on things that we should look for. And then when you see it carry on the floor, when they're calling things out, they're telling guys what we're supposed to be doing, what you're doing on this, and that's the good part. That means they're locked in, they're on the same page, and it comes down to our guys playing, and we're focused, they're playing hard. They're together with one goal right now, and that's to keep playing.
Well, and rebounding, I think, would certainly be a big factor for you guys right now. Cam Bell, he was an animal on the boards, especially in that first quarter against Brunswick. Really, I think, kind of got some momentum on your guys' side for that. How big is that when you're going up against big bodies the farther you go?
Yeah, especially with St. Ed's, they're big, physical. We don't have to win the rebound battle, but we got to try and keep it close and keep them from second chance points and easy putbacks. But yeah, you mentioned Cam Bell. He's been huge for us. His numbers don't stick out to a lot of people, but what he does sticks out to us. He's our quarterback or safety on defense, calling things out. He kind of keeps us all together on both ends, and he's a really, really important piece for us. And he steps up in ways that a lot of people don't understand and see, but we definitely appreciate it.
For him and the rest of those seniors, Coach, and we won't name them all. I know you got a lot of them, some play more than others, but just for that senior group and for you, seeing their growth from, 3-4 years ago, whenever, to now, and seeing them get a chance to head to the state Final Four, how cool is that for you to see them?
It's nice. You want to be playing your best at the end of the year, and these guys are towards the end of their senior year. And, right now they're in a nice groove. They're playing well. They're clicking. And, that's nice to see, especially for seniors. You want to go out. If we're going to get beat, we want somebody to beat us playing their best, against our best. And hopefully we just keep playing, and these guys don't want to stop. But, yeah, it's nice to see. They've had a lot of success the last few years, winning 2 conferences the last 2 years, a game short. But, that's okay. We've had some other success, and we just want to keep going, and hopefully they keep clicking and playing hard.
Again, we're talking with Brett Larrick. His guys getting set to take on St. Ed's here this afternoon for a regional final. Coach, it was Ed's 3 years ago, Ignatius 2 ago. Last year it was Ed's, and Ed's once again this year. You just can't seem to avoid those guys. But that's how it goes when you get to this point. That. I guess with last year specifically, because they have so many returning guys, same could be said for you guys as well, I think, to some extent. Does last year's matchup matter too much, or did it matter, I guess, in your week of preparation, or was it kind of wipe the slate clean with your practice?
No, we haven't talked about it too much. I don't know if we'll go back and focus on it, but you got to get through good teams, and obviously if you're playing them, St. Ed, St. Ignatius, Brunswick, Kent, McKinley, that's what Division I is. You got to beat these teams, and we beat McKinley, we beat Brunswick. Now we just got to take the next step, and we don't want to focus on it being St. Ed's again. This is a new team. We're playing different than we played last year. They're playing different. Do our guys know each other? Yeah, we're familiar with them from last year. A lot of our guys have played together with AAU and against each other growing up and recently. So our guys know what we're going up against. And, Our focus is for our guys to be relaxed, come out, play, to our ability and enjoy it. Have fun, enjoy it, and play as hard as we can.
And I'm sure it's been a silly amount of hours that you guys have spent watching film. I know you guys stuck around for that Eds Heights game after your win against Brunswick. So we can close with this. What will it take from your Elyria Pioneers to get the job done and take down St. Ed's here this afternoon?
We got to be the best version of us in all aspects. Keeping the rebounding battle close. Our defensive principle is what our focus is. And match their physicality and how hard we play. And just let our guys play. We want them to play, have fun, get up and down. But it's going to take our best to beat them, and that's what we want our guys to come out and do.
There we go. Well, it was a sea of red earlier this week down there at the University of Akron, and I'm sure it'll be the same here this afternoon. So, Coach, thank you as always for time here on the pregame show. Really, thanks for helping work with you guys all season long. It's been really fun covering your guys' team, and best of luck to you and your Pioneers here this afternoon.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate making the trip down to Akron, and we're looking forward to that sea of red again.
Soak up the savings this spring at Stewart's TV and Appliance, celebrating 80 years of helping make your house a home. Upgrade your kitchen with fresh deals on today's most popular appliances, refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And make laundry day a breeze with washers and dryers built for performance. Plus 0% financing and free local delivery. Real value from a store that's been part of our community for 80 years. Shop smart, shop local. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Are you a board member of a nonprofit organization? Do you want to start a nonprofit organization? Are you concerned your nonprofit may not be in compliance with federal and state tax laws and reporting requirements? Contact Alan Januzzi, CPA, who has over 37 years of experience working with small to medium-sized nonprofit organizations and groups. Alan is a proud supporter of Lorain County High School athletics and wants to wish good luck to all of our area teams in the tournament. Just mention WEOL when you contact Alan Januzzi, CPA.
Hi, Tim Alcorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Back here at James A. Rhodes Arena on the campus of the University of Akron, Rocco Nucci and Jared Kozar here with you for this boys Division I regional finals. Trip to the state Final Four on the line as the Elyria Pioneers get set to take on the Eagles of St. Edward, and this will conclude our North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco pregame show. It is always a great time to stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco. Stop in this Lenten season for the best Friday fish fry around. Well, Elyria, again, they were 19-6 this season overall, 10-4 in the SWC. That was good for a third-place finish in the conference. St. Ed's, they went 21-4. Again, no conference schedule for them on the independent circuit. Elyria, led by 18th-year head coach Brett Larrick. Again, 1977, the last time this program had gotten to this stage. They lost to Barberton later on in the state semis that year. They started their tournament trail at home against Medina in the district semis, knocking off the Bees 76-44. Followed that up with a win over Canton McKinley in the district finals, 50-46. And then earlier this week, they upended Brunswick 54-39. In the regional semis last year, Brett Larrick's team bowed out to these very Eagles of St. Ed's. And for the Eagles of St. Ed's, they're led by head coach Eric Flannery. He's looking for his own 12th Final Four appearance. They beat Max S. Hayes, Menor, and Cleveland Heights to get here. They lost to Ignatius last year in the regional semis. The starting fives quickly for both sides. For Elyria, it's Cam Bell, a senior, Rondell Grimmin, a senior, Jeremiah Daniels, a senior, Tink Shelton, a junior, and Kendall Compton, a senior. And for Ed's, it's JT Kelsheimer, a senior, sophomore Carson Link, another senior Zymir Knox, junior Ian Murray, and senior Brian Vlasic, their leading scorer at 18 points a game. For Elyria, it's Compton who paces the Pioneers at 15.5 per contest. So here we go. It'll be Compton in the center circle with Ian Murray for St. Ed's. Eagles in their green, Pioneers wearing white. Ball is up, and the tip is controlled by St. Ed's, and we're underway here at the Jar for this Division I boys regional final. Again, a trip to the state Final Four on the line here this afternoon in Akron. Glad you can be a part of this one on WEOL.com and on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. As Eds passes this one around the perimeter to start the contest. Coasting inside, laying it up for two and no good. It was Zymir Knox who couldn't find the bottom of the net. Elyria pushing in transition, and it's Jeremiah Daniels finishing on the other end. Good outlet pass by the Pioneers. Good pace for Brett Larrick's team to start this one.
Really good coming off of that rebound, and they were able to get out there and really run their offense, do what they wanted to do early.
Tink Shelton goes down. He may have taken some contact. Knox has an open three as a result. That one no good. And that rebound, Tink Shelton had it for a second, lost it, went spilling down to the deck, and it trickled out of bounds. It'll go back to St. Ed's. Brett Larrick inquiring why there was no foul call there for Tink.
Yeah, that contact, as you mentioned, run out of rumor really quick by that scorer's table over here at the Jar. A venue you're quite familiar with.
Yep. Did my time here at the University of Akron. Graduated in December of 2018 and coming to games for a long time before and after that. So, yes, Jared, a very familiar home here for me on the campus of Akron. It's not about me here today. It's about Elyria and St. Ed's as Ian Murray works his way inside. Knox had his shot sent away. He was looking for a jump ball or a foul. He got neither. Instead, it's Pioneer basketball. Campbell brings it across the half-court stripe. Now to Tink Shelton in the corner. Bell gets it right back on the right wing. Swings it to Grimmett on the left side. He'll hand off to Jeremiah Daniels as Vlasic for St. Ed's switches onto him. Vlasic at 18.7 points per game. Wears number 30 for St. Ed's. He's a senior. It's been a stellar career for him at Ed's. Remember him from 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Kendall Compton thought about that step-back three, lost his dribble now, and hands off to Shelton. Patient offensive possession here for Elyria every time down the floor, really on both ends, Jared, just so crucial when you get to this stage.
Really, and composure is one of the things that Brett Larrick mentioned last week in the win over McKinley they have to keep.
And Compton loses the basketball. Vlasic took it right from him. Zymir Knox now with the basketball between his legs to Vlasic. Vlasic thought about launching a three, a little stop and go here. Now a three is up from Kelsheimer. That one no good off the front of the rim. Ian Murray fighting for the rebound, and he's got it. Now to Zymir Knox. He'll elevate and score for two. Zymir Knox hit 12.5 points per game. Now Daniels three on the other end. That one no good. Knox there for the rebound. He'll push up ahead to Vlasic. Vlasic against three Pioneers. Had it poked free, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Eds. Grimmett, Daniels, Campbell all there to pose a defensive threat. Vlasic couldn't weasel his way through, so they'll have to settle for a baseline and a bounds.
Rock Dog are three officials working this afternoon's contest. Don Reese, Joe Jason, who was actually on the call last week against McKinley, and Jeff Smijelski.
Thank you, Jared. Good work on the pronunciation there on that final official. Kelsheimer with the basketball. He averages 12 points a game for St. Ed's, does JT Kelsheimer, a senior. He wears number 1. Knox now with it, spin move in the lane on top of Compton, no good. Got his own miss though to Zymir Knox, then nearly throws it away into the backcourt, but his teammate Carson Link there to track it down. His first touch here of the game. Link lost it out of bounds. Officials need some help. They'll say it's Pioneer basketball.
Yeah, Brett Larrick really happy to give Don Reese the right away there to say it's going the other way.
I like the matching shoes on Brett Larrick's coaching staff over there, matching everything for that fact, my friend.
In the parlance of your generation, they keep it crispy.
There you go. Boy, I don't even know if the kids now are saying that. Might have gotten a wince or two from some of our listeners. That's all right. I've said some things that have drawn some winces, I'm sure. Campbell inside now, working against Ian Murray. Bell reverses it out to Compton. He'll take a step inside the arc and fire. No, off the rubber rim. Rebound to Knox for St. Ed's. Both teams scuffling offensively here in the early going. We've played about 3.5 here at Akron. And we're tied at 2. Elyria and St. Ed's in this Division I regional final. Kelsheimer with the basketball now, met by Shelton. He'll work off a Brian Vlasic screen. Kelsheimer inside. Bell tried to take the charge, and what do we got? A block. Brett Larrick can't believe it. Campbell maybe slid over a hair too late as JT Kelsheimer went crashing into him. And so it will be 2 free throws here for JT Kelsheimer. Him at the line this season, a 79% free throw shooter. First foul on Campbell. Kelsheimer's free throw, in, and back out. No good. Mike Williams, the junior for St. Ed's, checks in. He'll replace Knox. Same starters here for Elyria. Kelsheimer one more at the line, and he missed them both. That one no good. We're tied at 2 still. 4.5 left to play in the first. Shelton skips it to Daniels. He launches for 3. No. A rebound to St. Ed's. Daniels, the big scoring man for Elyria against Brunswick. He had 18 points in that win over the Blue Devils. Handoff here to Ian Murray. 6'7" goes Ian Murray, and that spin move, no problem for him. First points of the night for the junior, or the afternoon, I should say. Rondell Grimmett, he finds himself open for three. He airballed it long, right into the hands of Kendall Compton. So Elyria gets another crack at it. Oh, Grimmett looking for a cutback door. Compton saw him. Pass just not quite crispy enough, Jared, to steal your term, and it's a turnover back to Eds.
Grimmett was one of those guys that maybe didn't play up to his level of consistency against McKinley a week ago. Hopefully did a little bit better against Brunswick and found his way. They're going to need him this afternoon.
Yeah, it wasn't his most prolific game necessarily, was it, for Grimmett? Just 4 points for him in that one, but certainly played his role on the defensive side. As Eds goes back to work with the 4-2 lead, Vlasic launches for three. He's hit plenty of those in his career. It was no good. The putback no good, and now a foul in the backcourt as Compton got tied up with Carson Link, and that one goes against Link and the Eagles. That'll be Carson's first, and just their first team foul as well. For Eds, in their regional semi win against Cleveland Heights, it was Zymir Knox with 17 points to pace them. JT Kelsheimer, how about this stat line? 13 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. He was doing a little bit of everything. Brian Vlasic also chipped in 8 points. All of those, though, coming in the fourth quarter. Substitution here for Elyria. Christian Rogers seeing his first minutes of the night. Micah Jackson in as well as he tries to score on the baseline. He missed it, but he was fouled on his way up, and it'll be 2 free throws for the freshman, Micah Jackson.
We say it every broadcast, the talented freshman, Micah Jackson. A lot of length and just, yeah, always finds himself in the right spot to contribute.
Just over 8 points per game for Micah Jackson. His first free throw, no, in and out, as that foul was assessed to Mike Williams for St. Ed's, his first personal, just the second team foul on Ed's. One more here for the freshman Jackson. It's up and gets a friendly roll. It's good. So Micah Jackson splits the pair. Elyria back within one. It's 4-3 Ed's. 3:20 and counting left to play here in this opening frame. Zymir Knox, again the high-scoring man against Cleveland Heights. He works it inside. Spin move from Link, no good. A rebound, Jeremiah Daniels. Pioneers with numbers in transition. They'll kick it out. Open three on the way. In and out, no good. Micah Jackson there for the rebound. It was Wilkerson who missed the three. Seth gets it back now on the kick out, and he gets bumped on his way to the hole. And that'll probably be on the floor, but it is a foul. And that is on Mike Williams, who quickly picks up 2 off the bench for Eds.
We have 3 team fouls now for Eds. Just about 3 minutes left to play here in this opening quarter. Could become a storyline and a factor.
Certainly. Ian Murray returns here for the Eagles. Eric Flannery, I'll tell you, the job he's done here at Eds, I don't care what you have to work with as far as talent and resources go. Anytime you're going for a personal 12th trip to the state Final Four, you're doing something right. He certainly does things right for the Eagles of St. Edward. Jeremiah Daniels, beautiful up and under. The step-through layup, no good, though. There's Kendall Compton, though, underneath for the board. His stick back, no good. A lot of contact, no call, as Jeremiah Daniels pokes that one out of bounds and will stay with Eds.
Both teams, I think, a little bit frustrated offensively right now when you're looking at that 4-3 score.
Yeah.
Under 3 minutes left to play with teams that are known throughout the area for being able to light it up.
Well, perimeter shots not falling for either side right now, certainly, and it's been tough sledding on the interior as well. Here's Ian Murray, one-on-one with Kendall Compton in the post. Compton playing him straight up. He plays it well. They kick out to Link for 3. No, back iron. Offensive rebound, though, for Eds. It's Knox with it. Then Kendall Compton poked it away from him, and Compton with the steal. He'll race it across the half-court stripe. Compton, oh, he got shoved to the deck by Zymir Knox. Brett Larrick palms to the sky. The Elyria faithful don't love it. And that was heavy contact there. Zymir Knox just sending Kendall Compton flying across the deck. And for Knox, that'll be his first. Regional final foul, I would say.
Yeah,
it's early. There hasn't really been anything to say that might be malicious or anything like that. Brett Larrick would certainly disagree. He's out there protecting his guys, though. Sure, Eric Flannery would be doing the same thing if it was the other way.
Part of this is setting the tone for the rest of the game as well in terms of how these interactions go.
Yeah, it's always a tough balance. You don't want to be too heavy on the on the whistles, I think, at this point if you're an official, but you got to control the game as well. You can't let things get out of hand. Christian Rogers with the basketball here for Elyria. He works his way inside, lost his dribble, then kicks it out to Jeremiah Daniels. Back to Rogers, charging left of the lane. Kick back to Daniels. Open three is up. No. Front iron, no good. Compton, though, the rebound. His three. No. That one off the rim. And Eds comes away with the rebound. It's Vlasic with it. Boy, a lot of good looks here for the Pioneers from deep early, Jared. They just can't get one to go. Vlasic spinning inside, got raked across the arms, and it's 2 free throws here for Brian Vlasic. Seth Wilkerson, picks up his first, just the second team foul here on Elyria.
Yeah, Vlasic ran into a stack of players there and basically knew that contact was going to come from somewhere if he could get around his own guy, and that's exactly what happened. You mentioned the perimeter woes for Elyria. 0 of 6, Eds 0 of 4 as we get a 30-second timeout.
It is a 30-second timeout. We'll sneak one in as well. $1:52 left to play in the first. Eds 4, Elyria 3. We're back with more after this.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Back here at the Jar, James A. Rhodes Arena on the campus of the University of Akron. St. Ed's leading Elyria 4-3 in this Division I regional final. Jared, you shared some of the shooting numbers from deep overall right now as we look at the corner ribbon boards with the team stats. A nice touch here for this regional final game. Ed's 2 of 10 from the floor, Elyria 1 of 9. So combined, Jared, these two teams are shooting 3 of 19 from the floor to start this contest.
Yeah, and it's certainly that's not what these fan bases expected. Anybody that's here as a spectator just looking to see some good basketball on a Saturday afternoon. But, yeah, just maybe in the filling each other out process right now, I guarantee something's going to change. You just hope it's not going to be too quick in terms of advantage for St. Ed's as they have the ball right now, getting ready to get back to work on offense.
Yeah, Vlasic with 2 free throws here. It was Wilkerson who picked up the foul just before that timeout, so Vlasic will have a pair here. First one for Brian is good. Again, he is their leading scorer at 18.7 points per game from the free throw line this season, Jared. 94%. He was 77 of 82. I think that's 78 of 83 now. So one more for Brian, and it's pure. Boy, not even flirting with touching the rim was that basketball off the hands of Brian Vlasic. Now take Shelton. He got it taken away on the double team. Knocks inside, count it, and the foul. He got undercut by Kendall Compton. And that's a bucket plus the harm for Zymir Knox. So 2 points for Knox and another free throw on the way.
Yeah, tough spot to be in with points coming off of that turnover. You don't want to add insult to injury there. That's exactly what happened with the foul. Kendall Compton's going to get a little bit of a breather here.
Campbell, Ethan Rogers check back in as Compton takes a seat along with Wilkerson. Knox with 4 now in this first quarter. And one more free throw coming his way here. Compton, that was just his first personal foul. It's the 3rd team foul on Brett Larrick's Pioneers. 1:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Free throw from Knox, no. Off back iron, rebound Campbell. He was big on the boards against Brunswick, and then he throws it away. Ethan Rogers, the intended recipient, but Bell soared it over his head. Micah Jackson saying, hey, we don't need that pass. I'm right here for the easier one. I see what Campbell's doing there, though, Jared. He's trying to get it out in transition, trying to get this Elyria Pioneer team moving a little bit, because they're still scuffling offensively, as is Ed's, but it's one of those things where a 5-point deficit in a game like this where offense may come at a premium the rest of the way. 5 can seem like 10 and so on and so forth. So 1:35 and counting. Ed's with the basketball on an 8-3 lead over Elyria. Winner is on to the state Final Four. Scoop layup inside for Ed's and a friendly roll there. It's Caleb Geddes. Geddes, his first points off the bench there for Ed's. Their lead is 7. It's 10-3. 1:15 left to play. Shelton inside, had it tied up, and yeah, jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Elyria.
Pioneer fans want a foul. They felt there was some contact, but I think both players had a pretty secure grasp on the ball as the Pioneers were going to the floor.
Well, Shelton went spilling down to the floor in that exchange, which I think is why they wanted the foul call, but I'm with you, Jared. I think that was just an all-ball situation there. Now Shelton's inbound pass, tip deflected, stolen by Eds. Vlasic has it. Elyria having some trouble getting out of their own way the last couple of times with the basketball now. Kelsheimer with it, swings it to Knox. Now to Brian Vlasic. They work inside to Ian Murray. Look at this ball movement. Murray lost it. Daniels took it away. He had it taken away by Vlasic, and now Knox comes away with it. His layup off glass is good. Boy, so Elyria right now losing out on some of these 50-50 balls, Jared. Ed's taking advantage. 9 points is their advantage. Jackson launches a deep, quick trigger three. No good. Maybe not the shot Brett Larrick wanted there. 40 seconds now left in this first quarter. Kelsheimer pushing to Knox. They'll reverse it to Vlasic. Inside to Murray again. Campbell there on him. Now to Knox. Thought about the three. Now he does fire. No. Rebound Kelsheimer. Shelton poked it away. It's Ed's ball.
This is really tough right now, 26.5 seconds left. Elyria played what you would call an adequate first 5 minutes of basketball. Nobody could say it was good on either side, just the way this one got started. But the last 3 minutes have been just destructive.
Yeah, gotta corral this one before it gets too far away from you right now, I think, if you're Elyria. Not to say they don't have the horses to come back, but 9-point deficit early here towards the end of the first is tough. Campbell with the steal. Ian Murray trying to track him down. Bell's layup. Count that one, Jared, and the foul. Campbell, coast to coast off the steal. Took it all the way to the cup. And it's Ian Murray that got him on the way in. So Ian Murray picks up his first, and Campbell gets his first bucket of the contest. Brings Elyria back within 7. Got a free throw coming as well.
You mentioned a guy that had a really nice game against Brunswick. Took it upon himself to make something happen there, create the turnover, finish, and still has a chance to cut this one in half at the line.
18.2 left on that first quarter clock. Free throw for Campbell. No. Back iron. He missed it. Rebound to St. Ed's. Kelsheimer with it. Tink Shelton picks him up full court. Kelsheimer across the line at 10. Kelsheimer still handling, works off an Ian Murray screen, and now what do we got? Contact down low, away from the ball. Micah Jackson and Caleb Geddes, beg your pardon, came together. And that is 4 team fouls now on Elyria, so no free throws for Eds as Jackson picks up his first. So now Eds will inbound it with 6.6. Don't know if that was intentional or not. I wasn't looking, but sometimes you will see teams do that towards the end of the quarter if they have one to give. Vlasic got it on the inbound with 2, and it's an offensive foul call. Vlasic working off an Ian Murray screen as Ian Murray, and who is that for Elyria? It's Rogers, Christian Rogers. Got leveled by the Ian Murray screen, so for Ian, that's his second and potentially a big call now.
Well, the player control foul will not result in free throws.
Right, no free throws, but still 2 on Ian Murray was mainly my
Murray,
point.
And then Elyria still has 2.4 to figure something out.
So Eds will pick up full court, not to give an easy half-court look for Elyria. Campbell to trigger the inbound. Tink Shelton, the only one in the backcourt with him. He'll get it into Tink at the free throw line with 1. Shelton launches from 3/4 court, bangs off the top of the backboard. And we have played one here at the Jar at Akron. Our score, St. Edward 12, Elyria 5. We're back with more here on the WEOL Cage matchup right after this.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, it's Auto Show Month, and we have amazing deals. Right now, get the 2026 GMC Sierra up to 20% off. At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
12-5 our score here as we get set for the second quarter. St. Edward leads Elyria. Both teams still struggling offensively from the floor. St. Ed's, though, finding their way up by 7. Jared, against Brunswick as a team, Elyria shot at 41% from the field. Not a bad percentage whatsoever, but you look up after one, just 2 of 11 for the field for Elyria, 18%, 0 of 8 from 3.
And potentially, I think that's part of the quarter break conversation with Brett Larrick and his staff, along with the students and the guys out there. Just, we're probably never going to play another quarter quite like that again. So if we're still in the game playing arguably what would be our most ineffective quarter of basketball all season long, I gotta like our chances.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to find a quarter that may have went worse for that or worse than that for Elyria. I mean, 5 points for the Pioneers after one. Anytime you're on pace for 20, that is not great in and of itself, right? But we know how explosive this Pioneer offense can be at times. They just need some perimeter shots to fall right now, I think, Jared, and get themselves going on that side of the floor. Maybe playing some defense will help pick them up here as well. Ed's basketball to start this second quarter. Again, they lead Elyria 12-5. A trip to the state Final Four on the line. Knox got right by Compton and laid it in for two. That's a great take by Zymier Knox. He's working on an 8-point ball game now after that bucket. 9-point lead now for the Eagles. Campbell with it, met by Knox. He'll swing it left side to Rondell Grimmett, who works off a bell screen. Now into the handoff to Jeremiah Daniels. He'll set for three. No, left it short. Rebound to Knox. A lot of short jumpers right now for Elyria, Jared, from distance.
They're 0 of 10 right now.
Kelsheimer inside. Lefty layup, couldn't get it to go. Daniels has it for Elyria. Now he looks to push the other way. Daniels cruising inside. Righty scoop layup, good. It's a great take by Jeremiah Daniels into the taller Ed's defenders. Didn't bother him, though. He laid it in for two. Deficit back down to 7. Vlasic Euro step inside. Missed it off back iron. It was a great look. Rebound to Campbell and Elyria. Now to Tink Shelton. Shelton will kick to Grimmett. Got the shot fake up. Got the defender off his feet, then laid it in for two. Nice take there by Rondell Grimmett, and a great shot fake to set it up.
And Rocco, really important. You had Daniels and Grimmett getting the scorebook in consecutive possessions.
That's what they need. It can't always just be Kendall Compton, and he wasn't even the highest scoring man against Brunswick. It was Daniels, but you're right. Daniels, Grimmett, two guys that got to get themselves going. Geddes, the answer for three. They left the sophomore for Eds alone, and he canned it, and now a turnover. Daniels lost it on the pass. Kelsheimer up ahead to a teammate. His layup up, in. That's Dustin Hess off the bench, seeing his first action. 2 points for the Eagle sophomore, and just like that, the lead back to 5 for St. Ed's. Boy, Elyria gets it down to 5, and, a turnover 2 possessions later, Jared, it's right back to double digits. Grimmett for 3 in the corner, good. It's huge for Rondell Grimmett, as he's brought himself to life here in the second quarter. 5 points for him now, 7-point game.
Boy, each team connecting on their first 3 about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Maybe the lids were taken off there at the intermission, Jared, as that layup for Eds was missed inside by Vlasic. Grimmett comes away with it now on the other end. Grimmett inside, kicks it to Tink Shelton. He launches the high, arching 3, and it's through! Tink Shelton, the rainbow 3 was nothing but net. It's a 4-point game. Eds leads Elyria 19-15. 5.5 left to play here in this first half.
Just like Shelton did against McKinley to put them up for good in that ball game.
That's right. I remember you and Rob telling me about that big shot that he had. Really propelled Elyria through McKinley and Barberton that night. Zymier Knox now coming the other way. Oh boy, got by 2 defenders, but he missed it inside. Can Elyria get the rebound? No, Knox grabs it. His pass though, gets through Geddes. Now Shelton with it to Daniels. He sets his feet, he'll fire. No. Compton the rebound and stick back, no, but he's fouled. 2 free throws for Kendall Compton, and is that Brian Vlasic who picks it up? I'm not sure, I think it is. It is, so the senior Vlasic will pick up his first personal, just the first team foul here in this high-flying second quarter. And Kendall Compton to the line here for a pair. Well, just like that, Jared, as bad as these teams may have seen offensively in that first quarter, they have come to life here in the second.
Things quite a bit different, that's for sure.
Kendall Compton, first free throw, good. That's his first point of the ball game. Hard to believe. If you would have told me Kendall Compton would get his first point midway through the second quarter and his Pioneers were only down 3, I don't know if I would have believed you.
And I know that Brett Larrick would take it if you outlined that scenario.
There you go. Again, he was not the highest scoring man for Elyria against Brunswick. It was really Jeremiah Daniels doing the lifting on that side of the floor. Second free throw for Compton is good. But that's not a problem for anybody on this Pioneer basketball team. It's not a problem for Coach Larrick or anybody on his staff. They know it's just whatever it takes at this stage on any given night. Not about individual accolades. His guys know that well. 3 ball here for Eds. Up, no. It was Carson Link who missed it. Ian Murray there for the rebound. Now to Dustin Hess, who will wheel it back near that University of Akron A at half court. They reverse it around. Carson Link inside against Micah Jackson. His pass tipped, stolen nearly by Tink Shelton, but Kelsheimer won the foot race to the ball. Ed's still winning a lot of those 50-50 balls here in this first half. That's been a difference maker. Kelsheimer swings it to Carson Link. Now back out to Ian Murray. He charges inside, hop step, and lost it out of bounds. And it'll stay with Eds. Campbell can't believe it as Compton came swinging down, and I think Campbell's saying that went off Ian Murray's knee and out of bounds. Yeah. Officials not having it, though.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. But the point underlined is Elyria's making this really hard defensively. They are dug in that painted area.
Absolutely. They have ratcheted things up on that side of the floor here in this second quarter. Vlasic with the basketball here, met by Rondell Grimmett. We're down to 4 minutes left to play here in this first half. Eds leads Elyria 19-17 in this Division I regional final. Rocco Nucci, Jared Kozar here with you. Again, Mallard Creek Golf Club halftime show coming up in a few minutes. Ian Murray finds a backdoor cutting Dustin Hess, but Elyria was there for the steal. Compton has it, threw it to Grimmett. They'll push up ahead to Micah Jackson. Pump fakes for three, charges inside, kicks to Tink Shelton. Kelsheimer on him. Shelton, a little shake and bake, fires to the corner to Grimmett. He thought about three, but pulls it down. And now stuck in that corner, dumps it into Compton, and that foul will go against Eds. It's Vlasic who picks up his second. Compton and Brian Vlasic, a nice post battle there between the two forwards inside. As Zymir Knox returns here for Eds, he'll replace Vlasic. So Compton the inbound. He's out there with Jackson, Bell, Grimmett, and Shelton. And oh boy, Compton's pass, not a great one, intercepted easily by Knox for St. Ed's. Zymir into the front court, swings it left side to Kelsheimer. The reload three is up, no, off the iron, no good. Rebound Knox, his stick back is there. I tell you, Jared, Zymir Knox doing a number on the boards right now for St. Ed's. Shelton, nice little dump pass to Compton. He'll kick it out to Grimmett. He gets by a couple of defenders. Floater off glass, no. Rebound Ian Murray. And now Kelsheimer loses the basketball, and they're going to hit Compton with the foul. Boy, I thought Compton did well to get basketball there, Jared, when he reached in. I think Kelsheimer lost his footing on the exchange, and the officials will tag Compton with a foul as the result. That's his second.
Yeah, that was an assumption that the contact there was what put him on the deck. But, yeah, Compton wanted the travel call once he lost his footing, and it never came.
Brian Vlasic back in here for Eds. He'll replace Dustin Hess. Jeremiah Daniels trots in as well for Elyria. He replaces Micah Jackson.
See how Eds goes to work without Compton in the game right now. Jackson also taking a seat. So your length is really on the bench if you're Elyria right now, and this could be problematic.
And we get a foul before the ball is even inbounded as Rondell Grimmett and Carson Link were tied up. And it's Grimmett who's going to pick up the foul. So that will be his first personal. Just the second team foul here in Elyria in the second quarter as they get into a little full court man-to-man pressure here. Ian Murray back in for Eds. Zymir Knox to inbound it. It's Knox, Murray, Vlasic, Link, Kelsheimer for Eds. As Knox gets it into Kelsheimer, Tink Shelton greets him right near that free throw line. Not too heavy pressure though, just more of a token full court look here for Elyria defensively. Kelsheimer still working against Shelton. On that far side wing, Ian Murray sets a screen for him. Kelsheimer gets by, inside, spin move, got cut off. Kelsheimer kicks it out to Knox. As Murray and Campbell really battling inside for position. Knox charges right into the defender. No good. A rebound to Elyria. Seth Wilkerson with the basketball. Had it picked from behind. Knox beats him to the deck for the basketball, and he gets the timeout in. That's a fantastic hustle play there by Zymir Knox for St. Ed's. He tracked down Seth Wilkerson, stole the basketball, then hit the deck, and before he could get tied up, sneaks in a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 2:30 left to play in the first half. It's Eds 21, Elyria 17. We're back with more after this.
For 40 years, Lisa Bliss has been proudly serving the community through JC Insurance, helping families protect what matters most. As an independent agency, they work with several different insurance companies to find the right coverage for you. Whether it's home, auto, or both, they've got you covered. Lisa and everyone at JC Insurance wish the Elyria Pioneers the best of luck in today's game. Call 440-322-7900. Visit them on West Avenue in downtown Elyria or find them online at jcinsuranceragency.com.
Back after the timeout, 2.5 left to play here in the first half. Edge leads Elyria 21-17. Want to give a shout out to Jordan Eaton and the Lady Bulldogs of Olmsted Falls. Their season coming to a close last night. A heartbreaking overtime loss for them against Archbishop Hoban, but again, another fantastic season for Jordan Eaton. I know it doesn't end the way that him and that Falls community wanted it to, but just, again, stellar basketball by his squad this year.
Certainly was. I was following that one throughout. It was a one-point game going into that fourth quarter, and yeah, they battled valiantly against an opponent that had in Jordan's own estimation, kind of gotten after them in the second half when they met in the regular season.
Yeah.
So they did pretty well last night.
Yeah, nothing to hang their head about at all. I know that's not something he wants to hear right now, but again, fantastic season for Jordan Eaton and his girls. We appreciate him working with us all season long. Kelsheimer inside, layup good. Nice find there by Zymir Knox to the cutting JT Kelsheimer. For Kelsheimer, his first points there of the afternoon. Wilkerson gets a pass inside, and he gets fouled. And is that Vlasic? If it is, that's 3, and it is. So Vlasic, Jared, a squeaky clean first quarter for Vlasic. He has 3 now, all in this second quarter, and he's certainly going to have to sit the remainder of the half. Caleb Geddes, the sophomore, comes in to replace him. Although you're getting a lot, I think, from Geddes right now. If you're Eric Flannery, he's got 5 for St. Ed's off the bench.
A lot of options for Eric Flannery. That's usually not the problem, but Vlasic is a guy that when you think about how'd you get to 21 wins, he was responsible for a big portion of that.
And now a whistle and a hold called on the inbound here. And it's Carson Link who gets hit with the foul. His second personal, 4th team foul. So Elyria shooting free throws now on any whistles the rest of the way. Tink Shelton with it, trying to get it in now, finds Seth Wilkerson. Inbounds were troublesome at times for Elyria against Brunswick, and we've seen one turnover already here this afternoon. Wilkerson hanging inside through contact, no. Campbell fighting for the rebound, but Geddes beats him to it. Geddes maybe got away with a walk there. Now a double dribble as Brett Larrick and the entire Elyria faithful imploring for the whistle. They don't get it, and nearly out of bounds, but it's Elyria basketball. Geddes lost it. Daniels up ahead of the pack. Contested mid-range is good. It's a nice stop and pop there for Jemiah Daniels in transition. Hand in his face, too. Didn't matter as Daniels converts. Pioneers back within 4. 23-19 our score with 1:20 left to play in this first half. Again, Mallard Creek Golf Club halftime show coming up shortly. Big thanks to our pregame sponsor. That was North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. Kelsheimer wide open 3 for the lefties. Good. So Kelsheimer, after a scoreless opening frame, has 5 now here in the second. It's a 7-point Eagle lead. See Brett Larrick over there kind of hands to the sky saying, why? Why leave him open? I think it was Tink Shelton he was looking at that gave Kelsheimer just a little too much room.
That one looked good from the moment it left his hand.
Absolutely. Campbell with the basketball inside. Got it not taken from him, but had to pick up his dribble. Shelton comes out to save him. Shelton trying to get by Zymir Knox, though Knox having none of it, nearly stole it. Instead, it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Elyria. Devin Hess back into the ball game here for Eds. And Owen Bagur off the bench, seeing his first action here of the afternoon as well. They'll replace Zymir Knox and Ian Murray, respectively. 35.5 left on that second quarter clock. Campbell to trigger the inbound. Out there with Shelton, Jackson, Wilkerson, and Daniels. He gets it into Wilkerson on the baseline, had it contested and sent away. Good interior defense there. I think it was Geddes who got a piece of it. Hess nearly had it stolen from him by Tink Shelton, instead retains the dribble. He'll lob one inside to Carson Link. How did that get through? Link's layup is good. Went right over top of Seth Wilkerson. Seth was no match for Link there. 2 more for the sophomore, rather his first 2 of the afternoon. And it's a 9-point game here for Eds. Daniels inside. It was a nice pass by Shelton. Daniels couldn't do anything with it, though. Had to kick it out. Jackson charging inside. Layup, no. 3 seconds now for JT Kelsheimer. He'll launch from half court. That one's well short. And that'll bring us to halftime. We've played 16 minutes here at the Jar at Akron. And it's St. Edward 28, Elyria 19 as we head to our Mallard Creek Golf Club halftime show. Reserve your tee time today. Play your next round at the Duck. That is Mallard Creek Golf Club. All right, so we'll send it to the halftime show. We'll look at some of the individual scoring numbers, some of the team numbers as well. And we'll see what else we can do here on the halftime show. Again, our score after 1, it's Eds 28, Elyria 19. We're back with more on the WEOL Cage matchup right after this.
Now is the time to start planning your 2026 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club, Northeast Ohio's golf outing host extraordinaire. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, a fully stocked pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups large or small. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events each season. Dates book up fast, so call Brian Schaefer at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2026 outing today.
Hi, Tim Alcorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
The perfect spot for before, during, and after the game is Smitty's Place in Elyria. Smitty's has a brand new menu and is open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. During Lent, stop in every Friday for perch, chowder, butterfly shrimp, lobster bisque, and hush puppies. It's the perfect way to wrap up your week and fuel up for the weekend. Be sure to follow Smitty's on Facebook to see what's new with their latest specials and events. Smitty's Place in Elyria. We'll see you there.
It's Truck Month at Elyria Ford, and the deals are built Ford tough. Get huge factory rebates and even bigger discounts on every truck in stock. At Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Soak up the savings this spring at Stewart's TV and Appliance, celebrating 80 years of helping make your house a home. Upgrade your kitchen with fresh deals on today's most popular appliances, refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And make laundry day a breeze with washers and dryers built for performance. Plus 0% financing and free local delivery. Real value from a store that's been part of our community for 80 years. Shop smart, shop local. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Halftime here at James A. Rhodes Arena, the Jar at the University of Akron's campus, where it is a 9-point lead for the Eagles of St. Ed's. Right now on top of Elyria, 28-19 here at the break. Rocco Nucci and Jared Kozar here with you, as this is the halftime show brought to you by The Duck, Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Reserve your tee time today. Play your next round where else other than The Duck, that is Mallard Creek Golf Club. So again, a 9-point lead here for Eds at the break. They lead Elyria 28-19 as we'll take a look at some of the individual scoring numbers. Thank you, sir, behind me, passing along these stats, which makes my job a whole lot easier here at the intermission. We will first start with Elyria, as right now pacing the Pioneers, it is Jeremiah Daniels. Not the most efficient first half for him, but doing enough right now to keep his Pioneers in it. He's just 3 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 5 from 3. As again, 6 points here in the first half for Jeremiah Daniels. Rondell Grimmett has 5 on 2 of 4 shooting. Kendall Compton has 4 as Compton only has 2. He's 0 of 2 from the field, so Compton without a field goal. He is 2 of 2 from the line, though. Tink Shelton, he's 1 of 1 from the field. That was a 3-ball, so he's got 3 points here in this first half. Cam Bell with 2 for the Pioneers. Micah Jackson with 1 from the free throw line off the bench in that first half for Elyria. For St. Ed's right now, pacing the Eagles, is number 11, Zymir Knox. He was 5 of 12 from the field in that first half. He has 8 rebounds as well to go along with it, 3 steals and an assist as well in that first half of play for Zymir Knox. Caleb Geddes and JT Kelsheimer each have 5. Kelsheimer with 3 assists, so doing well in terms of handing out some buckets to some of his teammates. Elsewhere in the scoring column right now for St. Ed's, a couple of guys, Carson Link, Ian Murray, Brian Vlasic, Dustin Hess, all have 2. It is Zymir Knox leading the rebounding front, though, for Ed's. He has 8 of those. Cam Bell and Kendall Compton for Elyria have 5 apiece. So there's a look at some of the individual scoring numbers. Why don't we step aside, get another timeout. When we come back, I'll turn things over to Jared. He'll bring you those team stats, and we'll get you ready for second half play. Again, this is the Mallard Creek Golf Club halftime show, where our score here at the Jar in Akron on this Division I regional final. St. Ed's leads Elyria 28-19. We're back with more after this.
Now is the time to start planning your 2026 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club, Northeast Ohio's golf outing host extraordinaire. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, a fully stocked pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups large or small. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events each season. Dates book up fast, so call Brian Schaefer at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2026 outing today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, it's Auto Show Month, and we have amazing deals. Right now, get the 2026 GMC Sierra up to 20% off. At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Are you a board member of a nonprofit organization? Do you want to start a nonprofit organization? Are you concerned your nonprofit may not be in compliance with federal and state tax laws and reporting requirements? Contact Alan Januzzi, CPA, who has over 37 years of experience working with small to medium-sized nonprofit organizations and groups. Alan is a proud supporter of Lorain County High School athletics and wants to wish good luck to all of our area teams in the tournament. Just mention WEOL when you contact Alan Januzzi, CPA. Looking for the best Friday fish fry around? Every Friday of the year, and especially during Lent, stop by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco for lunch or dinner. Enjoy delicious perch, cod, catfish, pierogies, and cabbage and noodles made fresh and ready to go. Planning a party? Convenient has you covered with deli trays, hearty trays, and a full-service meat department with expert butchers on hand to help with any purchase. Visit Convenient at Center Ridge and Barton Roads in North Ridgeville. Open 7 days a week. And good luck to all of our area teams in the tournaments.
Jared, I don't know how many things still get the people going consistently, time and time again. It has withstood the test of time, Jared Kozar, and that is the cha-cha slide, getting the folks going here at the half at James A. Rhodes Arena. How about that?
It knows no boundaries. It knows no age limits. That's the other thing when you get the cha-cha slide going. You get, the young kids, you get the older adults, the senior citizens that can still get after it. They're out there doing it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's an age-friendly dance.
That's how
sure.
I got to look at it. It's always going to be pretty good. Even if you're in your seats, you can still get that whole move going there.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So, something for everybody with the cha-cha slide. Speaking of something for everybody in that first half, especially in the second quarter when things came to life, there was something for everybody. If you were an Eds fan towards the end of the second quarter, you really liked it as you were able to push ahead by 9 heading into that intermission by a score of 28-19. In the first half of play, Elyria 7 of 25 from the field, 28%. They were able to dial in on 2 3 balls back to back, and then getting to that was an arduous process. They were over their first 10 from distance for the Pioneers. 3 of 5 at the line, shooting 60% there. 16 rebounds, doing well to hold steady in this rebounding battle with St. Edward's in the first half of play. 9 turnovers, and a lot of those came in rapid succession towards the end of the first quarter for Elyria. That caused them to lose the turnover battle in the first half. For St. Edward's, the Eagles found themselves 11 of 29 in the first half of play, so nearly 40% on the afternoon to this point. 2 of 5 at the line, 19 rebounds, 5 turnovers in the first half of play, so did a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. Simply put, I think they've been more opportunistic, and they've done a better job with second chance points, 50-50 balls like we talked about. I don't think that those are things that Elyria can't clean up and come up with a game plan for in the second half, but the 9-point hole is somewhat significant when you think about the score being 28-19.
Well, Knox with 10 points in that first half for Eds, Jared, and how many of those, we won't know the exact number, but it seemed like almost all of them, right, came off a situation where it was a loose basketball, it was just kind of popping around underneath the Eds basket. Elyria had maybe a chance in a lot of those situations to seize control, grab possession, and run the other way. Instead, it was Knox winning that battle. I can think of the one time where he catches up to Wilkerson racing the full length of the floor, pokes it from behind. He's the first one then on the floor for the basketball, gets the timeout. And, that's one of those things where even if you're Eric Flannery, you don't want to burn a timeout there necessarily. You're always going to take that when you applaud a hustle play by one of your guys.
Certainly that's been the case that we've seen so far. One of the things, too, Elyria, their defensive alignment really features Compton out on that perimeter a lot just because you have to. Eds go so many different directions, but that takes away a key rebounding piece. So that makes it real easy for Knox to kind of cheat a little bit, be able to get position, get that rebound, and put it right back. And that contributed to his big first half as well. Something unique, maybe it's a storyline, maybe it's not. Elyria did not burn a timeout in that first half. So Brett Larrick goes in with all 5 at his disposal into the second half of play. Coming back or needing to come back from 9 down, that could loom large.
It's a great point. Hadn't even noticed that. So, Elyria still with all 5 timeouts, Eds with 3 as we get set for second half play, and that will conclude our halftime show. That is brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club all tournament season. Make sure you stop by the Duck, Route 82 in Columbia Station. Reserve your tee time today. Play your next round at the Duck. So the same starters for both sides: Bell, Grimmett, Daniels, Shelton, Compton for Elyria, Kelsheimer, Link, Knox, Murray, Vlasic out there for Eric Flannery's Eagles. Pioneer basketball to start this second half. Again, they trail by 9, 28-19 our score. trip to the Final Four on the line. Compton inside, and a player control foul as he went crashing into Kelsheimer. Compton picks it up, and that is quickly, Jared, his third personal.
Yeah, really tough spot, and I don't think the hook's coming for him right now either.
Nope. Boy, yeah, that's a nightmare, I think, right now if you're Brett Larrick, watching Compton pick up his third just 18 seconds into this third quarter. As Elyria gets back into this full court man-to-man pressure. Again, they're not trapping or running and jumping off of it. Everybody just kind of falls back after that, but just a little full court token pressure applied by Shelton here as JT Kelsheimer handles out front, trying to get by Shelton. Tink having none of it. Good contest, but a better shot. Wow, JT Kelsheimer forcing it up with the left hand, got it to go. So what happens when he gets to his left. Grimmett wide open three, the answer is there. Rondell Grimmett, his second three ball of the afternoon, brings his Pioneers back within 8. Uh-oh, Zymir Knox out ahead of everybody. He's going to have an easy slam the other way. So that's the risk you run with that full court pressure sometimes. If somebody gets by that last line of defense, you're in trouble. And Knox brought the trouble there for Elyria. 2 points for Knox. He's got 12, and it's a 10-point advantage for Eds. Bell launches for three. That one wide right, and a foul going the other way, or was it just out of bounds? No, they do say a foul, and that's 4 on Kendall Compton. Wow. And it'll be Ethan Rogers to replace him. So now if you're Brett Larrick, how long can you leave Compton out? You know there's no tomorrow if you go down, and you're down 10 right now in this third quarter. That's going to be a tough act for Brett Larrick to navigate through right now.
Yeah, I think in a conference game there's a formula for that, but this is certainly not the same.
It's different. Kelsheimer the other way got hammered on the way up, and it's 2 free throws for Eds as Tink Shelton, the guilty party, he'll pick up his first personal. Just like that, Elyria down 10, 3 team fouls on the Pioneers here in the third, and Kelsheimer at the line with a chance to extend the lead for Eds.
Boy, and despite the 3 ball by Grimmett, I don't think this could have gotten up to a worse 90 seconds start for Elyria than it is right now in the third period of play.
Kelsheimer, a 79% free throw shooter, is good on the first, and I'm with you. It's not the answer Brett Larrick was wanting to see from his guys to start this second half. It's Kelsheimer's second free throw, no good. He'll split the pair, 11-point game. Daniels, corner pocket 3, in and out, no good. As Knox there for the rebound. He pushes up ahead. Ian Murray on the other side. Had him taken from behind. Daniels came down and got him. And that entire Eds bench standing up saying, hey, where's the foul call? Eric Flannery wants it too. But Daniels seemed to have a good swipe from behind to prevent Ian Murray from scoring, but it will be Eds basketball. Good hustle play there by Jeremiah, not to give up on that. See if it leads to anything, and it's a turnover. So hustle does pay off sometimes, kids. It's Grimmett now the other way, scores. Rondell Grimmett lays it up and in, and Brett Larrick and the Pioneers are going to get a timeout. I'm sure to say, Jared, hey, we need some more of that right now. 6:18 left to play in the third. Eds leads Elyria 33-24 in this Division I Boys Regional Final. We're back after this.
For 40 years, Lisa Bliss has been proudly serving the community through JC Insurance, helping families protect what matters most. As an independent agency, they work with several different insurance companies to find the right coverage for you. Whether it's home, auto, or both, they've got you covered. Lisa and everyone at JC Insurance wish the Elyria Pioneers the best of luck in today's game. Call 440-322-7900. Visit them on West Avenue in downtown Elyria or find them online at jcinsuranceagency.com.
Rondell Grimmett, the layup, and the Elyria timeout right before that break as the Pioneers trail St. Ed's 33-24 with just over 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter at the Jar at the University of Akron. Vlasic open 3, that was deep, no good. Off the back iron, rebound Cam Bell for Elyria. So you'll take that right now if you're the Pioneers. Quick shot for Eds, you get the defensive rebound. Now you get to go back to work on offense. Oh, wow, Rogers thought he was gonna launch that step back 3. Instead, Ethan pulled it down. Daniels hanging and floating inside, no, but he got upended. And it'll be 2 free throws here for Jeremiah Daniels as Zymir Knox picks up his second personal. Just the first team foul on Eds here in this third.
Good to see Daniels up. That had all the recipe of the wind gets knocked out of you the way you hit the floor with that sort of fervor, but he'll get a chance here at the line.
It's one of those where you got to be careful how you catch yourself too. You don't want to damage that wrist or anything else. As his first free throw, no good. Back ironed it.
Neither team really having anything to write home about in terms of their afternoon at the foul line. Again, Ed's 40% in that first half, Elyria 60%.
Yeah, Elyria 3 of 6
Yeah,
right now.
yep.
Ed's 3 of 7. Second free throw is there, though, for Daniels, so he will split the pair. Daniels with 7, and Elyria back within 8. 33-25, just under 6 minutes left to play here in the third. So if you're Elyria, you don't need to panic and start fouling or start gambling too much on this side of the floor, but you really got to crank things up here defensively a bit. Kelsheimer inside, kicks it to Ian Murray, then gets it right back. Where they kind of step away from him for a second. I'm half surprised he didn't launch that 3 ball there, Jared. Kelsheimer now picks up his dribble, hands it off to Ian Murray. Little two-man game between those two right now as Ian sets him a screen. Kelsheimer jumps it to the corner, that's length, and gets it right back up top. Ed's working some clock here on this possession. I think Eric Flannery understands it's a big time in that ball game where you can either really pull away and take control, or Elyria is going to find a way back in. Knocks inside, no. Ian Murray, though, too big. The offensive stick back is good. Daniels open for 3 again. No, missed it front iron. Now Ed's numbers in transition. It's a 2-on-1. Ian Murray against Tink Shelton, and Shelton had no choice but to foul him hard there, and Shelton did. And it's 2 free throws here for the 6'7" junior at St. Edward High School, Ian Murray.
Yeah, and a chance now to make it a larger lead. They could go up by a dozen if he converts both of these, down 10. And you're right, Shelton had no choice. But amazingly, he got in front of him a little bit for that foul. So give credit in terms of the ability to chase, but it did not pan out.
I respect that. It's only a second personal. It's one of those where, maybe regular season, Jared, you give him the layup, you keep your fouls reserved, you don't risk anything else. Cutting in front of him like that as Murray makes that first free throw. He's got 5 points now, but here in the postseason, it's one where you got to make him earn it. And Murray may very well earn them here at the line, but point being, you got to make him try. So Ethan Rogers takes a seat here for Elyria. One more free throw coming for Ian Murray, and it's good. So Murray now has 6 as Mike Williams, checks back in for St. Edward. He will replace Brian Vlasic. 4:55 left to play here in the third quarter. Eds by 12 over Elyria, 37-25 the score. Shelton spun around inside, picked up his dribble, kicks it out to Campbell. Got Murray to move on that jab step, nothing doing off of it though. Maybe even got away with a walk, then he tries to fire one to Tink Shelton, and that pass a little too hot for Tink to handle. It's out of bounds back to Eds.
Yeah, down 12, you can't have a turnover like that when you had what you would think was a pretty good chance to set up offense.
12 turnovers for Elyria now, 8 for St. Ed's. Zymir Knox with it, working against Jeremiah Daniels. He'll bring it across the half-court stripe. Knox inside, fires to the corner, wide open 3. Carson Link in and out, no good. Seth Wilkerson, the first man there for Elyria to grab it. Shelton transition 3, that one in and out, no good. Tink thought it was. Bell, though, the rebound, the stick back, good. That's a nice putback there by Cam Bell. Maybe took some contact as well. Kind of shocked that wasn't a foul. Now Grimmett with the steal. Grimmett for 3 off that steal is good. Rondell Grimmett, he had no points after 1 quarter of play. He had 5 in the second. He's got 8 now here in the third. Elyria back within 7. Inside on the other end for Eds, no good. It was Williams who missed it. Ian Murray, though, another big offensive rebound. Kelsheimer fading 3 from the corner, no. Campbell fighting a couple of Eagles for it, and it's out of bounds back to Elyria.
Elyria with a chance to make some noise here. They've cut it to 7 with the basketball, and just over 3.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Their first signs of life in a while.
Well, that Grimmett 3 ball got a huge fist pump out of head coach Brett Larrick. He knows his guys have an opportunity really to get back into this one. As they were down double digits for a lot of this third quarter, they've survived that storm for now. Can they keep climbing? Daniels from the free throw line, you bet. Jeremiah Daniels, that was steal. Tink Shelton took it on the inbounds. Elyria a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Bell, shot fake, step through, no. Rebound, Seth Wilkerson inside. He's trying to fight some Eagles for it. But Campbell comes away with it. And now Daniels wrapped and fouled as JT Kelsheimer got him. No, I'm sorry, it's Carson Link who picks up the personal. That'll be his third. Brian Vlasic checks back in for Eds. He's got 3 fouls. And Elyria will inbound underneath their own basket. All this, Jared, without Kendall Compton right now.
Right, that's a great thing for Elyria to be able to rest him a bit.
Grimmett for three. How hot is he? That's how hot. Another one, and Eds needs time. Look at the Elyria sideline spring to life. 3:02 left to play in the third. It's a 2-point game. Eds leads Elyria 37-35. We're back after this.
Hi, Tim Alcorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
It's truck month at Elyria Ford, and the deals are built Ford tough. Get huge factory rebates and even bigger discounts on every truck in stock. At Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
3:02 left in this third quarter at the Jar at Akron. Elyria right now, they're in this one, Jared. A Division I boys regional final, a trip to the state Final Four on the line. Pioneers are within 2. Rondell Grimmett has 4 threes, 3 of those coming in this third quarter. He's got 16 in the ball game, Jared.
And we talked about him being a guy that they needed to get something out of. Did not play well against McKinley. He would tell you that by his own admission. I don't believe he scored against McKinley. You mentioned he had 4 against Brunswick. Did a couple things that helped them out en route to that victory. But he come to life today here when they needed him the most. And again, as you mentioned, it's giving them a little bit of a luxury, if you want to call it that, the fact that Kendall Compton with the 4 fouls is not called into action right away.
And he's still on the bench over there, as the 5 right now for Elyria is Daniels, Grimmett, Shelton, Seth Wilkerson, and Cam Bell. And I think Brett's just going to stick with this group right now. They've brought him all the way back, and why not? It's a 10-second call. Kelsheimer didn't know. Look at the defense on display right now, Jared, by Brett Larrick's Elyria Pioneers. Tim said it in the pregame. His guys play hard no matter what, and that's what they're doing right now. Back within 2 and a chance to tie or take the lead.
You got 2 ball clubs that emulate the leadership of their coach, and it's on display here in a regional final.
What a run this has been right now for Elyria. They have stormed back into this ball game, and again, a chance to tie or take the lead now. Bell, boy, pumped twice, now sticks it down. Hands it off to Shelton for 3, no. And Wilkerson couldn't get the rebound. It's Carson Link who has it for Eds. Kelsheimer with it now, weaving through track. It fires it ahead to Vlasic for 3. Big one, he got it. Brian Vlasic ring up 3 more for the senior from Eds. 5-point game now. Inside, Wilkerson got the pass from Grimmett. Layup, no. Larrick wanted the foul call. He won't get it. Rebound to St. Ed's. And now Shelton. Did he take it from Kelsheimer? He did. Look at Tink Shelton right now. He's everywhere for these Elyria Pioneers. Shelton weaving through traffic now off a Daniel screen. Now gets it back to Jeremiah. He puts his head down inside. Layup. You betcha. And the foul.
Rocco, right now I got to think to myself that Brett Larrick and company have said our guard play is good enough to compete with these guys at any step, at least defensively. We're athletic, we're tenacious, and that's what you see out of Shelton there in a couple of those strips.
Tink Shelton at 5'5", they have him listed. He's not scared of anybody right now in a green jersey, Jared.
And again, the quick hands have been very, very underrated here in this second half.
Daniels can't make good on the free throw, so it'll stay a 3-point game. 2 minutes flat and counting left to play in this third quarter. Elyria within 3. Ed still on top, though, 40-37, and now a near steal, but Bell can't grab it. Carson Link instead has it for Eds. Now to Kelsheimer, corner pocket 3, no. A rebound knocks, though, for Eds. Elyria missing out on a big, what would have been a big defensive rebound there. Instead, Ed's a chance to extend their lead. It's down to 3. They were up by as much as 12, if I'm not mistaken, in this third quarter. And the Pioneers finish this third quarter and be within striking distance when we head to the fourth. 90 seconds to find out. Murray with it, swings it left side to Zymir Knox. Looking for cutters through the lane. Physical defense being played by Elyria, no foul call. This one could get a little chippy. Now Shelton hits the deck on a screen from Ian Murray. They'll kick it back to Zymir Knox. And is Ed's going to try to run this all the way down and get the final shot, I wonder? As we're down to 65 seconds in this third quarter. Ed's in no hurry. with the basketball here. Knox hands it off to Kelsheimer. Takes Shelton out to greet him. Down to 55 seconds. Knox with it right side. Works off an Ian Murray screen. Now goes against it. Knox spinning, then steps back beyond the arc, and he'll swing it left side to Link. Now into the hands of Kelsheimer. Heads there. I think, Jared, they're opting for the final shot here, but no, Grimmett steals it. Boy, a lazy entry pass there from Kelsheimer, and Grimmett took it away. And now Grimmett had it poked away. That's good hands by Carson Link. He's got a one-on-one situation the other way. Link reverse layup, no, but a foul is called. A foul is called on Elyria as Carson Link tried to take it coast to coast, and it's Cam Bell who picks it up. That'll be his second, and it's 2 free throws here for Carson Link.
Penalty situation for Elyria the rest of the way out. 29.5 seconds left. That foul was on the shot, so it would have been 2 regardless, but any further infraction.
Link first free throw is good. He's 93%, but only takes, well, he only had 14 attempts coming into this one, only missed 1, but he's good there. So Link, his first point of this third quarter.
It's 4 of 5 in the second half thus far, so a stark contrast to those numbers at the foul line in the first half.
One more here for Carson Link, and it's good. 28 seconds left now here for Elyria. They trail by 5. Excuse me. 42-37, Ed's in front. Get a trip to the state Final Four on the line. They'd be taking on the winner here, I should say, either Princeton or Oak Hills. That one at 6 o'clock today at Xavier. Both of those teams from the Cincinnati area. State semis would be next Saturday, the 21st at 5:30 at the Nutter Center at Wright State. Daniels inside, kicks it to take Shelton. Shelton fading, corner 3, no, it was contested well. Geddes from 3-quarters court at the horn, no. And we will head to the fourth quarter here at Akron. Our score, St. Edward 42, Elyria 37. We're back with the final 8 minutes after this timeout here on WEOL.com and on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Soak up the savings this spring at Stewart's TV and Appliance, celebrating 80 years of helping make your house a home. Upgrade your kitchen with fresh deals on today's most popular appliances, refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And make laundry day a breeze with washers and dryers built for performance. Plus 0% financing and free local delivery. Real value from a store that's been part of our community for 80 years. Shop smart, shop local. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Back here at James A. Rhodes Arena on the campus of the University of Akron. Rakanushi and Jared Kozar here with you. It's a 5-point game heading into the fourth quarter. St. Edward leads Elyria 42-37. Boy, best time of year, Jared. I'll tell you, there is nothing like these first couple of weeks of March. Obviously, the tournament is special in and of itself, but when you have conference tournament happening for college basketball, high school basketball reaches that district final, regional tournament level, it gets to be a lot of fun, and these environments are a big reason why.
And that's just the hoops. I mean, we still got baseball, and, well,
Carson Link, the drive, and it got tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Eds.
But you got spring training. You got the World Baseball Classic. The United States miraculously back in action there as they take on the Dominican Republic tomorrow night. But, you look at that spring training ball going on. And, of course, if you follow the PGA Tour, the Players' Championship is a big one this weekend as well.
There you go. Eds gets it on the inbounds here at the start of this fourth quarter. They have the rock and a 5-point lead. Again, a trip to next Saturday's state semifinal on the line. That one will be played at the Nutter Center at Wright State University. Winner here awaits Princeton and Oak Hills, both from Cincinnati. That one at 6 o'clock today down at Xavier University. And now a bump and a foul against Elyria. It'll be Seth Wilkerson who picks it up. That'll be his first. When does Kendall Compton return for Elyria? As they made that big scoring run in the third without him. That's not to say that they obviously, wouldn't want him out there in that fourth quarter. They will certainly want Kendall to return, but he's got those 4 personals. So it's just a matter of when, I think, for head coach Brett Larrick. And now, another foul on Elyria. Rondell Grimmett, Jeremiah Daniels both in the area, and I think it's Jeremiah who picks it up. So that'll be his first. And 2 quick team fouls on Elyria to start this fourth quarter, so they'll have to be careful on that front.
Sort of how the third quarter started.
Right. It's the problem sometimes. You're being so physical defensively, and I'm sure they spent a lot of energy in that third, making that comeback, so how much can you continue to dig in and keep your stamina rather, on the defensive side? Knox handling here for Ed. Swings it to Kelsheimer on this near side corner. Daniels out on him. Right back to Knox up top. He'll swing it left side to Link. Eds, we saw them work a lot of clock at the end of that fourth quarter, so I think Eric Flannery might be more than content, Jared, to slow this game down a little bit. Link launches for 3 from the corner. No. Kelsheimer's tip is good. Wow. How did JT Kelsheimer, of all people, manage to tip that one up and in? Nice bucket there by the young man. 7-point lead for Eds. 44-37 our score. Less than 7 to play. Daniels inside. Nice whip around pass to Wilkerson, but he couldn't finish. Oh, everything but the finish there for Elyria. And now what? Timeout is called, I think, for St. Edward. Did they get the timeout?
This would be their second to last. They did get it.
Right, they did get one. All right, it'll be a full. So St. Edward, they used that second to last timeout to save the possession. We'll step aside. 6:41 left to play here at Akron. It's Eds 44, Elyria 37. We're right back after this.
The perfect spot for before, during, and after the game is Smitty's Place in Elyria. Smitty's has a brand new menu and is open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. During Lent, stop in every Friday for perch, chowder, butterfly shrimp, lobster bisque, and hush puppies. It's the perfect way to wrap up your week and fuel up for the weekend. Be sure to follow Smitty's on Facebook to see what's new with their latest specials and events. Smitty's Place in Elyria. We'll see you there.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, it's Auto Show Month, and we have amazing deals. Right now, get the 2026 GMC Sierra up to 20% off. At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
It'll be St. Ed's basketball after the timeout. The Eagles lead the Pioneers of Elyria with 6:41 left to play here at Akron. 44-37 our score. Trip to the state Final Four on the line. Jared, and you start to maybe wonder, we know how well conditioned and how hard these Pioneers are and how hard they're going to play and all that good stuff. How much do they have left in the tank right now to try to first mount another comeback here? They're down 7, but then get over the hump and then finish it.
Well, I think for Brett and his guys, maybe during the break in between quarters, maybe even during that timeout, the motivation there is, we didn't really reference it, but we were watching it, we were part of it. They won the third quarter, and that's got to be something where you say, that's a build. We can make that and turn that into something, and you can do it right here.
They did win that third quarter. You're right, 18-14 to bring it back down to 5. Eds, though, with a 7-point lead as it stands now, as Carson Link walks it across the half-court stripe and then runs into a double team and hangs onto it. Kelsheimer with it. His pass nearly taken away by Tink Shelton, as Brian Vlasic was the intended recipient. But it will be Ed's basketball. Tink Shelton, he's fun to watch, man. There's no other great way I can use my words to describe watching him other than it is fun. Carson Link off the inbound. Micah Jackson switched out onto him. He'll hand it off to JT Kelsheimer. Kelsheimer surveying traffic, then sticks it back into the hands of Zamir Knox. Zamir with it, met by Seth Wilkerson, and he traveled. Boy, you don't see that called too often, Jared, and a lot of guys get away with it 90+% of the time, I'm sure. You kind of get that half extra stutter step before you take off toward the rim. Knox gets hit with the travel, though.
There's been a few things that have maybe been out of characteristic for Eds here in this second half, and it started with the 10 seconds, and then maybe that travel right there was a little bit what you would call conventional.
Well, I think their three-point shooting has left a lot to be desired, too. They're 3 of 15 right now, just 20%. Daniels layup inside, no, he went crashing down hard. Rebound to Eds. They have numbers in transition if they want them, but Kelsheimer will probably wisely wheel it back up top. Now to Link in the corner. Link right back up top to Kelsheimer. Kelsheimer driving left to the lane, got by the defense and scored. Well, JT Kelsheimer, I'll tell you what, he just kind of really paces that offense for St. Ed's. Keeps them under control, even if he's not doing all the scoring. Jackson wide open three is true. And a timeout by Brett Larrick and the Pioneers. So that 3 for Micah Jackson, a big one. His first field goal. We'll sneak in a timeout ourselves. 5.5 left to play in this one. Eds 46, Elyria 40. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
So St. Edward, Jared, a 40% three-point shooting throughout the course of the regular season. Both teams obviously well under their usual offensive output. Ed's at 75.5 a game, Elyria at 72 points per game. They're both under, their usual field goal and three-point shooting percentages, but just goes to show you how hard it is to win tournament games at this level.
Absolutely, and you're going to look at two teams that are, one of them probably struggled to get to 60 here this afternoon, and we'll see how that works. But Elyria coming to life here from the perimeter in the second half. They're shooting 40%, 4 of 10.
Yeah, could this be a first one to 60 wins, or first one to 55 wins even?
I think 60 is the magic number. Well, for Elyria, that would be, like you said, if Elyria could hold, and maybe 55 works for them.
So
inadvertent whistle.
Oh, is that what we had? Okay. So Elyria, a bit of a zone full court press here. Excuse me, as Ed's able to inbound it here to Carson Link. Link navigating backcourt traffic here, has to get it across somehow. Link steps into a pass, and he threw it nowhere. It's out of bounds. Back to Elyria. So, to your point, Jared, Ed's a couple of times, they've just looked out of sorts offensively. Another one of those situations right there on the turnover.
And that's going to be something where a guy like Brett Larrick, if you get an opportunity like that where they're not playing their best game and you let them off the hook, it's going to be tough for him to live with it. So, trust me, he wants this real bad.
Ed's 15 turnovers, Elyria 13, so they're winning that battle over the Pioneers. Problem is they're being rebounded by 10. Micah Jackson inside, a bit of a wild layup there. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Elyria. It's the offensive rebounds, I think, for Ed's that's really hurt Elyria. 12 of them for the Eagles, just 8 for the Pioneers.
Second chance points, putbacks, 50-50 balls. We talked about that to close the first half.
Cutting Shelton on the inbound, and he lost it. Campbell, his pass to Shelton just not there. And Shelton loses it out of bounds. It'll go back to Ed's. Oof, that was a big opportunity, I think, for Elyria to bring it within 4 or maybe within 3 to make it a one-possession ball game. Now they got to try to play some more defense. Vlasic gets it into Kelsheimer. He gets by Jeremiah Daniels without a problem. Races it into the front court. Then hands it off to Zymir Knox. There's Kendall Compton back in for Elyria, by the way. We'll keep our eyes on him with those 4 personal fouls. Offensively, just 2 points for him, both at the free throw line. Kendall Compton without a field goal here in this fourth quarter, and Elyria is in the game. Kelsheimer open 3. No, just hasn't been there for Ed's from the outside here this afternoon. Elyria comes away with it. Tink Shelton now to Compton. 3 ball. It's big. It's good. Well, Kendall Compton right on cue. His first field goal laces one from beyond the arc. Ring it up for Kendall, and Elyria within 3, and now Campbell with the foul.
You might need to remind him when he hasn't scored from the field more often. If there is a more often.
Well, that's what Brett Larrick's hoping for. At least one more game. I'm sure he'll take a long bus ride down to the Nutter Center with these guys. As Campbell picked up that personal, it's his 3rd.
Ed's yet to commit a team foul here in this fourth quarter.
Just 4 points for Ed's in this quarter. Elyria has 6. Bring this back within 3. Kelsheimer with the basketball, met by Jeremiah Daniels. He'll swing it and nearly intercepted by Tink Shelton. He was looking for Brian Vlasic, working off one of those down screens on the right side of the floor. Tink Shelton, though, as active as he's been tonight, gets a hand on it. Carson Link will adjust the socks and shoes and get set to trigger the inbound here for Ed's. His Eagles have a 3-point lead with 4:18 to go. Gets it into Ian Murray. Murray inside, scores. Ian Murray at 6'7", just too much to handle inside for Elyria that time. Ed's up by 5. 4:05 left to play in the basketball game. Micah Jackson with it up top for Elyria. Directing traffic, now gets it to Shelton. They'll work inside to Wilkerson. Back to Shelton for 3. No, back iron. A rebound, Jeremiah Daniels. Compton pump fakes. Swings it to Daniels. He thought about a reload 3, instead finds Shelton. Shelton cruising inside. Layup, no, but he's fouled on the way up. And that's 2 free throws here for Tink Shelton. And it's Ian Murray who gets hit with the foul. It'll be his 3rd personal.
You talk about the smallest guy on the floor,
5'5".
being aggressive. halfway through the fourth quarter, knowing his team needs points off of this possession.
Shelton, first free throw is good. Yeah, that's 5'5", and Tink Shelton trying to score on top of 6'7" Ian Murray. And I know Murray kind of got the block. He picked up the foul call. So point being, Tink Shelton, he's just not afraid to go at anybody on this floor. That includes the big guy for Eds. One more here for Tink. Free throw up is good. So Tink Shelton, he's only got 1 field goal. It was a 3 in that second quarter. That was his first points of the second half, so he's only got 5. But, again, his impact has been felt way beyond just the scoring column here tonight. Ian Murray inside on top of Campbell. He missed it. Look at Campbell play the defense against the 6'7" Murray. Campbell now gets it on the handoff. He gets it to Jeremiah Daniels. Elyria can tie with the 3 ball or get within 1. Daniels gets it to Campbell. Now to Compton in the corner. Pump fake. Euro step inside, and he ran into trouble. Nowhere for him to go. Oh, Kendall Compton, I think he was just trying to do too much there. Kelsheimer with it now. Oh, did he get away with a double dribble? And no, he didn't. They hit him with it. Boy, so both head coaches kind of doubled over on those last 2 turnovers. Compton threw it away for Elyria, nearly brought Brett Larrick to his knees. And Eric Flannery for Edge in disbelief that Kelsheimer double dribbled there.
Yep. This will be a chance for Elyria to kind of make up for that last possession here. You could still have a net gain.
This is what I was talking about. When they make that comeback, can you even it up? Can you get over the hump and then finish? Can they even it up first? Bell, free throw line, ring it up. Campbell with 6 for Elyria Pioneers within 1. 2:50 left to play here. Eds with the basketball. Vlasic has it now back up top to Knox near that Akron Children's Hospital logo. Vlasic met by Micah Jackson. Spinning away from Micah. Vlasic inside. Picked up his dribble. Micah played great defense there. Zymir Knox gets it now on the kick out. Kendall Compton on him. 2.5 left to play. Grimmett right in the face of Carson Link. Link hanging, floating, scoring. It's a nice poised take there by the sophomore from St. Edward. Carson Link has 6. Ed's back up by 3. Daniels with it, gets it to Campbell. Thought about launching what would have been a game-tying 3. Instead, he takes it inside. Bell up, in, and 1. Campbell got the taller, bigger, stronger Ian Murray off his feet. Didn't matter. Campbell stuck it in the basket, took the harm, and he's got a chance to tie it here at the free throw line as Ian Murray picks up personal number 4.
The Elyria fans coming to life over there directly across from us. We talked about not knowing how this was going to pack up. Well, I think everybody had the parking woes that we were talking about because the Elyria faithful have traveled in droves this afternoon.
This is a regional final environment here at Akron, no question. Bell's free throw to tie it is good. And Jared, we are squared at 50 with 2 minutes. And Tink Shelton to steal on the inbound. Shelton inside, layup high, bouncing around, no. And it's Rondell Grimmett there for the rebound. Oh man, Tink Shelton's doing a little bit of everything here tonight. Daniels inside, shot blocked by Kelsheimer. What a swat there for the senior guard from Eds. Kelsheimer ahead, and now a whistle and a foul. You can barely hear it. This place is so loud right now. And is that Tink Shelton who picks it up? No, it's Grimmett. So Rondell Grimmett picks up his second. Boy, Elyria had a golden opportunity to take the lead. Shelton and Daniels each with good looks inside. It just couldn't find a way to send them through.
Yeah, I think Shelton was thinking to himself, much like a previous possession, the contact's going to come and I'm going to get to the line.
It just never came,
right.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to extend as far away from his body as he did. Daniels, he had a great look. Kelsheimer, just a heck of a defensive play to save it.
And you've got to think Eric Flannery maybe had something to do with that during a stoppage to say, hey, 5's going to want that shot.
Murray inside is after he discarded Bell. His layup for the lead bounces around and in. Campbell, I don't know if he just lost his footing or if he got shoved or what, but Bell was on the deck. Murray caught the entry pass. Ed's back by a deuce. $1:30 left to play. Big possession here for the Pioneers. Daniels with it, met by Carson Link. Daniels looking to work inside. Link not budging though. Great defense there by Carson. Campbell thought about what would have been a 3 for the lead. Bell had it taken by Kelsheimer. Campbell tried to charge inside, had it taken away, and now Eds with the basketball and a 2-point lead. And will Elyria foul? We know Eds will work the clock if they can. So Elyria, when do they foul? How far do they let this go? Tink Shelton applying pressure on Kelsheimer, nearly took it away, and now a whistle, and is it a timeout? So Eric Flannery and St. Edward, they're going to take their final timeout of the game with 53 seconds left to go. We'll be right back. Our score, St. Ed's 52, Elyria 50. Trip to the state Final Four on the line. We'll be right back.
Are you a board member of a nonprofit organization? Do you want to start a nonprofit organization? Are you concerned your nonprofit may not be in compliance with federal and state tax laws and reporting requirements? Contact Alan Januzzi, CPA, who has over 37 years of experience working with small to medium-sized nonprofit organizations and groups. Alan is a proud supporter of Lorain County High School athletics and wants to wish good luck to all of our area teams in the tournament. Just mention WEOL when you contact Alan Januzzi, CPA.
53 seconds left to play here at the Jar at Akron. It's Eds 52, Elyria 50 in this Division I regional final. Trip to the state Final Four on the line. So Jared, it'll be St. Edward basketball after the timeout. They'll be inbounding it here on the sideline. How long do you wait if you're Elyria before you try to foul after trying to get a steal of course, on the inbound?
Well, again, and that just assumes that the inbounds play is going to go as they script it here on the sidelines. Ed's out of timeouts. So if there's any sort of struggle here, they're just going to have to play through that. And Elyria might be able to be content to kind of let them make their own mental error if that's possible.
Sure.
Again, tall ask out of a team like St. Edward's, so well coached and so poised and have been in this spot many times.
Does the Pioneer defense have a trick up their sleeve to force a turnover and find a way to either tie or take the lead? Kelsheimer gets it on the inbound, brings it across the half-court line against Jeremiah Daniels. We're down to 45 seconds. Daniels not fouling yet, instead just right there with Kelsheimer. They're trying to get the 5-second call. They're getting close, but no, Vlasic gets it right from Kelsheimer. Back to JT, now to Ian Murray. Kelsheimer gets it back near that half-court line. They're going to have to foul here,
but it's
and it can't be Compton. He's got 4. Knox with it now, and Daniels finally fouls him with 27.3 left to play. So that was about 30 seconds there, Jared, just shy of that actually, that Eds was able to work off that clock, and it'll result in 2 free throws here for Zymir Knox. The numbers on him from the line this season, he is 50 of 77, a 65% shooter. So all in all, if you play the numbers game, not a bad person to foul here if you're Brett Larrick. 2 for Knox. First one's up, no, off back iron. The door is ajar here at the Jar for Elyria. And it'll be a timeout called by Brett Larrick. He has 3, now 2 after that timeout. It's a full, so we'll step aside as well. 27 seconds and a Zymir Knox free throw left to go here at Akron. Our score, Eds 52, Elyria 50. We'll be right back.
For 40 years, Lisa Bliss has been proudly serving the community through JC Insurance, helping families protect what matters most. As an independent agency, they work with several different insurance companies to find the right coverage for you. Whether it's home, auto, or both, they've got you covered. Lisa and everyone at JC Insurance wish the Elyria Pioneers the best of luck in today's game. Call 440-322-7900. Visit them on West Avenue in downtown Elyria, or find them online at jcinsuranceragency.com.
It's truck month at Elyria Ford, and the deals are built Ford tough. Get huge factory rebates and even bigger discounts on every truck in stock. At Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
27.3 left to play here at Akron. Eds and Elyria fighting for a trip to the state Final Four here in this Division I regional final. Zymir Knox, 1 more free throw coming his way as he missed that first free throw before Brett Larrick called one of his 3 remaining timeouts. He's down to 2 now. Eds is out of timeouts. And so regardless of whether Knox makes or misses this free throw, if Elyria can grab possession, you know, if he misses it, they'll have a chance to tie, potentially maybe even take the lead, depending on what Knox does here. But got to shoot the free throw first. It's Bell, Bell, Daniels, Shelton, Compton, and Grimmett out there for Elyria. Knox, 1 more free throw. Zymir shoots it, and he missed it bad to the left. And Kendall Compton, he's going to race it ahead. I thought he was going to ask for a timeout there, and let's see, with 20 seconds left, Brett Larrick barking out the offensive plays and knocks fouls. And so that's only Eds' third. For Zymir Knox, that's 4. So both Himony and Murray, who are both in the game, have 4. They're out there with Kelsheimer, Vlasic, and Link.
I think that might have been the timeout strategy that Brett Larrick took us. We're going to play through this should we get that rebound.
Yeah. Tink Shelton gets it on the inbound. Shelton the baseline drive. Got cut off. Has to find a teammate, and a timeout by head coach Brett Larrick. And kind of a wry grin and a couple of thigh slaps there. Kind of wondering what he's going to maybe have to draw up here underneath his own basket. Let's sneak one in as well. 14.9 left to play. It's Elyria basketball. They're down 2. We'll be right back.
Now is the time to start planning your 2026 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club, Northeast Ohio's golf outing host extraordinaire. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, a fully stocked pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups large or small. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events each season. Dates book up fast, so call Brian Schaefer at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2026 outing today.
14.9 seconds left to play here at Akron. It's Elyria basketball. They're down 2, and they will have to trigger this inbound underneath their own basket. Jared, is this a situation where you draw up something for one guy in particular, and he's got to take that shot no matter what, or can this pretty much come from anybody here?
I think they're going to go with what they've done all year long, all game long. Multiple options. They have guys they trust in these situations. Now, I think it's a small handful, but
sure.
The point is that I think is exactly what happened during that timeout. I think part of Brett Larrick might have thought that Shelton was going to finish that on the baseline and, maybe just leave a little bit too much time if that was the case.
Grimmett was 16. He leads Elyria right now. Do they look for him? Could it be Jeremiah Daniels, perhaps Tink Shelton? We know what Compton's capable of. It's Compton on the inbound, and he's wrapped up and fouled. So Kelsheimer wraps him up, and with 13.3, that's Kelsheimer's first and St. Edward's 4th team foul, so they can't intentionally foul anymore, as it would send Elyria to the line. Pioneers to inbound it again. It's Bell to trigger it. Bell looking for Jeremiah Daniels. He got it in the corner and lost it on the inside. Daniels lost it. He had it taken away. Daniels had it poked from behind. I think it was Brian Vlasic who got a paw on it, and Elyria will have to foul. And they do. It'll be Vlasic heading to the free throw line, and that is the last person you want to foul. He shoots it at 94% from the free throw line, does Brian Vlasic. That's a tough break there for Elyria. Daniels trying to just weave through traffic inside. And just lost it. So Vlasic with free throws here to try to ice it. First one for Brian is good. Vlasic with 6 points today has not been his most prolific afternoon offensively, but a chance to send his team to the state Final Four right here.
Yeah, this could be a signature without having a big game.
Vlasic for a 4-point lead. No. Campbell the rebound. Tink Shelton ahead of the pack. Skips it to Grimmett. Grimmett launches for 3. The tie. No. Compton the tip. No. Kelsheimer grabs it, and that's your ball game. Eds is on to the state Final Four. The St. Edward Eagles knock off Elyria 53-50 here at the Jar at Akron. And that is heartbreak for the Elyria Pioneers. You see Tink Shelton on the floor right now. His teammates helping him to his feet. And that is an emotional one for the Pioneer faithful, as they had an opportunity to steal this one from Eds here today. Rondell Grimmett, what would have been a game-tying 3 from the corner. And Jared, not a bad look for Rondell, one that I think you live with if you're Brett Larrick. It just didn't drop. And the rebound to Eds, time expiring. And Elyria will come up short. Congratulations to Eric Flannery. It will be his 12th Final Four appearance, the 13th in school history for St. Ed's, and for Brett Larrick. A huge congratulations to him and his guys on a fantastic season that I'm sure many of our listeners would have loved to see extended at least another couple of days, another week, but not meant today. Post-game show coming up next. Again, your final score here from the Jar. Eds 53, Elyria 50. We're back after this.
Looking for the best Friday fish fry around? Every Friday of the year, and especially during Lent, stop by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco for lunch or dinner. Enjoy delicious perch, cod, catfish, pierogies, and cabbage and noodles made fresh and ready to go. Planning a party? Convenient has you covered with deli trays, party trays, and a full-service meat department with expert butchers on hand to help with any purchase. Visit Convenient at Center Ridge and Barton Roads in North Ridgeville. Open 7 days a week, and good luck to all of our area teams in the tournaments.
Soak up the savings this spring at Stewart's TV and Appliance, celebrating 80 years of helping make your house a home. Upgrade your kitchen with fresh deals on today's most popular appliances, refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And make laundry day a breeze with washers and dryers built for performance. Plus 0% financing and free local delivery. Real value from a store that's been part of our community for 80 years. Shop smart, shop local. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Are you a board member of a nonprofit organization? Do you want to start a nonprofit organization? Are you concerned your nonprofit may not be in compliance with federal and state tax laws and reporting requirements? Contact Alan Januzzi, CPA, who has over 37 years of experience working with small to medium-sized nonprofit organizations and groups. Alan is a proud supporter of Lorain County High School athletics and wants to wish good luck to all of our area teams in the tournament. Just mention WEOL when you contact Alan Januzzi, CPA.
Hi, Tim Alcorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, it's Auto Show Month, and we have amazing deals. Right now, get the 2026 GMC Sierra up to 20% off. At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Well, it's a final here at James A. Rhodes Arena at the University of Akron. The season for the Elyria Pioneers comes to a heartbreaking close here this afternoon. They fall to St. Ed's 53-50. Of course, again, a huge congratulations to St. Edward Eagles head boys basketball coach Eric Flannery. Long time he's been doing it. He does it the right way. There's a reason he's headed to the state Final Four for the 12th time, 13th appearance for Ed's basketball for their school. And so, again, a huge congratulations to him and his guys on a job well done. Jared, for Elyria, and it's almost emotional for me. You look over at that bench. You know, I've gotten into coaching myself these last couple of years. It's always emotional when your season comes to a close. No question about that. I've really found that out in a tough way these last 2 or 3 seasons. But you look at that Elyria bench, just about every guy, just buried in the hands, in the jerseys. Not a dry eye on that bench right now, and that I'm sure could be extended to head coach Brett Larrick, who I can't even imagine what would be going through his head right now as Heather Beck delivers them the regional runner-up trophy. What a fight, though, Jared, for his Pioneers here this afternoon. It's going to come up short, and there's nothing you can tell any of those guys today that's going to make them feel any better about this, but boy, you can't help but applaud the effort that his guys delivered tonight, and not only tonight, but all season long. This was a incredibly fun Elyria Pioneer basketball team to cover.
Yeah, there's no question about that, and I think you're looking at stoicism might be the word that describes what's going on with the Elyria coaching staff right now. Their approach to how they accepted those runner-up medals, knowing that they were right in that ball game, had plenty of chances within the last 20 seconds to really come away with that one there. And this one will sting for a lot of years, but it takes away nothing from what they accomplished throughout this season. And it goes back to game one that we saw them in at the DeFranco before Thanksgiving, when they just took apart a very historically talented Toledo-Whitmer team. You knew that they were going to be special. And you know, that this result today doesn't change that.
No.
And for you, and I'm sorry, I understand the emotions with it. This is probably the first team that you've seen really wire to wire, where the guys came in as freshmen and were able to contribute in your time here.
Right.
I'm not saying that you're that young, but it really is. I think this is your first, like, I remember this guy when he was a freshman and the kind of contributions he made.
Well, and the first guy I think of is Cam Bell, because I know he logged a lot of minutes for Brett his freshman season. And I feel like me and you have made a comment just about every time we've seen it. Man, look at how much better Cam Bell looks this year. Man, look at how much better Cam Bell looks this year.
Doing different things.
Doing different things. Really diversified his game as we get the stats. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, and that's all of them, right? Jeremiah Daniels in that same boat as well. Kendall Compton, Rondell Grimmett, seeing them really come into their own, especially here in their senior seasons. Incredible stuff.
Adding different personnel each year and saying, this is the guy that's going to do this for us. This is the guy that's going to do this. And certain guys getting less time as a result of that, when you would get somebody else new to the program that would show up and say, yeah, it's my job to do a little bit less, but it doesn't make me any less effective on the team. Rondell Grimmett and the steps that he took from being, you know, a 4-year guy in the program, from the JV guy that gets called up because of an injury to a guy that scores 16 points in a regional final.
Led the way.
And has a chance at the end.
Yeah, that is no better way to put it, my friend. It's the tough part of high school athletics. We all know that. And for all but 7 boys and 7 girls teams, the season ends this exact same way with heartbreak. Again, there's 7 boys state champions, 7 girls state champions. So for all, you know, for the hundreds of high school boys and girls basketball programs there are across the state of Ohio, forget Northeast Ohio and Northern Ohio, the entire state, there's 14 that don't get to feel sad when it's all said and done. But for Elyria, again, you said it, no reason to hang their head about this one. A heck of a fight they gave today. We'll look at some of the individual scoring numbers here. First for Elyria, and you mentioned it, Rondell Grimmett, huge afternoon for him. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. He paced the Pioneers offense here today. Jeremiah Daniels, 11 points for him, not his greatest shooting night, 5 of 15 from the floor, 0 of 7 from 3. So you think to yourself, boy, if just 1 or 2 of those can find a way to go through the twine, this may be a different outcome here, but not meant to be today for Elyria. Campbell, he finishes with 9. Tink Shelton, Kendall Compton each with 5. Micah Jackson would finish with 4. For St. Edwards, and again, congratulations to Eric Flannery and his guys for moving on to another state Final Four. A very balanced approach to the offense for them today. 3 guys finishing double digits. Zymir Knox led the way with 12. Ian Murray, JT Kelsheimer each with 10. Ryan Vlasic had 8. Caleb Geddes with 5. And Dustin Hess with 2 again as Eds wins this one over Elyria 53-50. Jared, you got team stats over there.
Yep, for Elyria, again, the close to the season for Brett Larrick and company comes in a 3-point loss, 53-50 to Lakewood St. Edwards, moving on to the state Final Four. The Pioneers 18 of 52 from the field, 35% of the afternoon, 7 of 11 at the line in the mid-60s there. Just like we would like the temperatures this time in March, but they're not. 29 rebounds, they hung right there in the rebounding battle throughout. And 16 turnovers. They closed the gap there in the second half as well when we get you the Eds numbers. Where the Pioneers shined in the second half, 5 of 13 from downtown, battling their way back into this one. As we talked about it, Rocco, winning the third quarter, I think, was huge as far as setting the tone for the rest of the way this game went and gave us the finish that we got here this afternoon. For the Eagles of St. Edwards, they're going on Final Four. They will be at the Nutter Center in Dayton next Saturday. 20 of 38 from the field, so just over 50% on the afternoon. 8 of 15 at the line. They struggled there. Elyria took advantage when they could. In the end, it did not prove to be enough. 30 rebounds, and a lot of those were very pivotal, crucial rebounds that led to return points, second chance opportunities, and 14 turnovers. Elyria had something figured out defensively in that second half. And, to take a line from our buddy Michael Keefe, maybe they didn't lose. They ran out of time.
There you go. They did win the second half, 31-25. Elyria outscored Eds in that second half, winning both the third and fourth quarters. And again, had a couple of chances to tie or even take the lead here at the end of regulation, but just not meant to be this afternoon for Brett Larrick and his Pioneers. But again, just a fantastic season for his guys, fantastic careers for those seniors. And I think we are certainly going to miss covering them here on WEOL. So, Jared, any final thoughts from you, my friend, before we get on out of here and get ready for some more collegiate basketball this afternoon and evening?
Good to work with you. Good to be here. Many contributions. Good to see just a lot of people. I mean, certainly the Elyria fans, the community we're very familiar with. But even on the bad guy side, our good buddy Adam Mendoza
He's
over
awesome,
here.
Man. He's awesome.
He always hooks it up. It's good to see him. Put it this way: if you bump into him, you're on a good tournament
there you
run.
Go. Yeah.
That's the way I kind of associate Adam.
Yeah.
And you know that good things are happening for your ball club if you run into Adam Mendoza, but one of the best guys in terms of getting you prepared, getting us what we need, and just being a good guy to work with. As you mentioned, hats off to Eric Flannery and his staff. You don't find too many guys at that caliber and that level of class, and they did a nice job here again today.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you expect out of them, but just really special Elyria Pioneer Ball Club. I'll tell you what. Very few guys have the energy and the wherewithal that Brett Larrick has. This is going to be we don't rebuild, we reload. We'll figure it out. We've got guys coming. You look at Micah Jackson, a freshman playing huge minutes in a game like this.
Sure.
You can build again. You can get right back in it. And that tough and tumble SWC conference that they play and gets them prepared for moments like this.
Yeah, he gets guys back in the rotation. He loses a lot, too, for sure. He starts 4 seniors, right? But Tink Shelton will be back. Seth Wilkerson's back. Micah Jackson's back. Ethan Rogers is back. Aris Malone will be back as a sophomore. I know he didn't see a lot of time this season or even this tournament run for Elyria, but he's a guy that will certainly contribute for them in the future. So, again, a lot of people to thank here before we say goodbye. Again, a big thanks to Eric Flannery of St. Ed's, Brett Larrick, head coach for Elyria, getting us stats, roster, starters, all that good stuff. Adam Mendoza, of course, from the St. Edward Eagle production network. I think it's the Eagle Sports Network. I forget their official name. That's a heck of a production he runs over there. So if you're an Ed's fan listening in to us right now, make sure you give Adam Mendoza and his guys their flowers. They put on an excellent production for the St. Edward School. For our sponsors, as today's game on WEOL, the Cage matchup was brought to you by our friends at Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria, Lorain County Community College, Real Education for Good Jobs, the Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner, your North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station, Allen V. Januzzi CPA, Smitty's Place on East Bridge Street across from the Elyria Post Office, JC Insurance Agency serving the Elyria community since 1964, Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria, and by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. And I guess, Jared, one other final tidying up to do. That's it for us for postseason basketball.
Yeah.
As far as I know, right? With Olmsted Falls girls losing last night,
it just
Elyria falling tonight.
That, we're not making that trip to Dayton. And for the first time in the last 3 years, you and I, you've been down there a couple of times. I've been down there
with
all
Rob,
3 times.
I think once, yeah.
I went down there, and it was
it
hasn't been March for a few years without us being at Dayton, but that's a
Right.
testament not just to our boys programs, but really everybody. When you think about the girls programs that have been to Dayton from Lorain County over the past 3 years, and we're not going back. Not this year.
No, we are not. So we'll save on some gas money, but we'll miss out on some memories, that's for sure.
Right.
So congratulations to all of our teams and coaches for wonderful seasons in Lorain County. It was an absolute blast doing this on our new YouTube format for the very first time. So we appreciate everybody, coaches, athletic directors, other media members, other media outlets for that matter, right? Everybody doing their part to kind of help us get this thing off the ground for basketball. We got through football. Now we're on to spring sports, which could be a whole other hurdle that we got to try to get over. But I have a feeling we'll find a way to navigate that.
They present challenges in the best of times.
There you go.
But if there's one thing that we found out about ourselves over the past 6 months, we can get through almost anything.
That we can. So again, for everybody here at James A. Rhodes Arena at the University of Akron, for the folks at St. Ed's, for the folks at Elyria, for Jared Kozar, for all of our sponsors, I am Rakanushi saying one more final time your score here from Akron. St. Edwards wins this regional final. They're on to states. They knock off Elyria 53-50. Hey, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Enjoy some college basketball. The March Madness will continue on the collegiate level, but for us here at WEOL, we'll see you in the spring for some high school baseball and softball.